All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 6 of the Wildcast, the greatest podcast on the internet, in my unbiased opinion, now featuring dogs. If you guys are watching on YouTube, you can see me and Anthony's beautiful, beautiful doggies. Archie's in the back. He's not dead. He's alive. He's just passed out. He's doing all right. But yeah, the video form right here on YouTube, over at youtube.com/W1LDC1443. Over at my YouTube channel, I am Wildcat. But we also have audio-only versions on Spotify, SoundCloud, and on Apple Podcasts. You can find all those linked down below in the description, or you can just head to those various platforms and search up the Wildcast. You'll find it, I promise. Got 6 episodes now. Kino, can you believe that? 6 episodes? He's excited. But yeah, so today, I'm your host, Tyler, aka Wildcat, co-host, Anthony, Big Jiggly Panda, longtime friends. Today we have the guest, another longtime friend, Moo Snuckel, our good buddy Brock. But before we get into that Moo Snuckel, we're gonna have to talk about your Moo Snuckel with today's sponsors.
That's right, everybody. He mentioned your Moo Snuckel. Does quarantine have you ready to act up? Have you been hopping on some dating sites looking for some sweet action? Well, I got some news for you. One-night stands, temporary. But perfectly molded pocket pussies that you can store in your pocket are forever! Well, over at adamandeve.com, you can find all the pocket pussies, dildos, vibrators, sex dolls, cock rings, anything you can think of. Ladies, don't think they forgot about you. You want some sexy lingerie? They got it. You want a nice new vibrator? They got that too. Or maybe you want a state-of-the-art premium cowgirl sex machine with multiple rating attachments that vibrate at the 1200 RPM, sending you to full body ecstasy. Yep, they've got that too.
They also have things for couples, including oils, lubes, games, and toys for 2. And some furniture. They got sex furniture, dude. It's pretty cool. Adam and Eve has been in business for over 45 years, and they have over 12 million very satisfied customers. Whatever your situation, Adam and Eve has you covered with discreet shipping and risk-free 90-day return shipping and 24/7 customer service, which is great.
20% of all profit goes to fight the spread of HIV around the world. So please, go to adamandeve.com, use code WILDCAST, and get 50% off one item.
And free shipping in the US and Canada. So once again, go to adamandeve.com and use code WILDCAST, 50% off one item and free shipping in the US and Canada. Now those are the screams I used to make when I would cut myself shaving before I knew about Manscaped. Thank you, Manscaped, for turning my loud shrieks into multiple peaks. Listen, we've all nicked our balls while manscaping. It's fucking difficult with today's technology, but luckily Manscaped is here and they've got our answers. You can shave those bad boys nice and smooth.
Men, start taking notes, because the days of almost removing a testicle in a shaving accident are gone. With this beautifully sculpted razor with these skin-safe technology blades, look at this. I could shave my wrist and have it smooth as eggs, just like those bad boys hanging below your belt.
The Manscaped engineering team obsesses over technology developments to provide you the best tools for your grooming experience. They spend 18 months perfecting this bad boy to create the greatest sack hair trimmer ever created, and just released a new and improved Lawnmower 3.0. That's this bad boy right here. Now, when I tell you this bad boy is premium, I mean premium. The battery will last up to 90 minutes, so you can take a longer shave.
I'm personally a big fan of the LED light that sits on the razor itself. Look at that. So in case you're, I don't know, shaving in the dark or lost in a cave because you're a Sasquatch, you need a 90-minute battery to shave your entire body, you'll be able to see it just fine. And let's not forget about the magical stand. You want to show off loud and proud to your guests at your house that you have a clean-shaved stalk? Well, what better way to display your razor than with this charging stand?
So many people have written in stories about how the Lawnmower 3.0 has changed their lives. They even included pictures so I could see the smoothness for myself, and I gotta tell you, they aren't kidding. You need to try this out for yourself. You get 20% off and free shipping. Just use code WILDCAST20 over at manscaped.com. 20% off, free shipping, manscaped.com, manscaped.com, and use code WILDCAST20. Your balls will thank you. Welcome to episode 6 with Brock. That's pretty much it.
Is it 6?
Yeah, episode 6.
It's 6. Yeah.
6. Brock knows.
We fact checked.
Your character's face. Your character looks so funny. You look like you're waiting it for the dentist. You're just like
He's in line at the DMV, waiting to get his license photo taken.
Sir, no glasses. The glasses stay on.
No, the glasses are fine.
We don't need an intro. That's it.
All right. Well, welcome, Brock. Episode 6. Our lovely guest, Brock, our good friend of 9 years, almost 9 years.
Let me check the
long
document.
time.
How many years?
9 years.
It'll be 9 years for me in like, I don't know, 4 or 5 months. I don't know when I met you. It was probably like October,
like right
November
of
2011.
Yeah, right at the start of Modern Warfare 3, I think, is when we...
Which
It was
no-
October when I met Tyler.
I remember like one of the first sessions we ever did was us doing the Human Centipede on...
Was it?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah, you heard that right.
Human Centipede.
No, I did.
I just don't remember because I feel like back then, like when we were all first starting, we were all like, we didn't know what we were doing. So we were all like still just like, all right, let's just hop on Modern Warfare and grind some gameplays for our commentaries.
Yeah, and so that was like such a like weird change, and that, yeah, I think that was one of the first times I ever played with you. I mean, we would do stuff where we would actually like try, but that kind of got too hard, like because we were all competing for like kills and stuff, and
Remember,
the game would end too
we were
fast.
getting our bro abs. I remember that we would try and get
Oh,
multiple
yeah,
Mo
for
abs
sure.
in one game. Anthony, the time I remember playing with you, the only times I remember are just 1v1s on like Dome and MW2 and like Mission.
Did a lot of that.
I was gonna say that sounds like Anthony. Yeah.
Combat training.
Before we get too deep into the stories here, I do want to point out something that is probably a little odd to the people that are watching on
It's
YouTube
pretty
right
apparent
now.
at this point.
That's not Moo or
Oh
Brock.
yeah.
That's well, it is him, but do you want to explain why we're doing this?
Yeah,
Does it matter?
So, I don't have a webcam. and
honestly, this
things
guy's
are
a
a
lot
little-
better to look at anyway. So you know, we're just doing.
That's the other thing.
He did us a favor. We're doing you guys a favor. Yeah.
My room's a mess. My life's a mess.
So I think
I'm
I don't
disheveled.
know.
I
I
can
know
see.
we like to usually like introduce the podcast as like the greatest podcast on the internet, but today I think this is the strangest.
And let's
podcast
be
on the
honest,
internet.
everyone's talking about putting on the Quarantine 15. So
feel
there's that. I've put on the Father 40 though. So it's, you know what I'm
The
saying?
Father 40. I don't know what you're saying, and now I'm scared because it'll be coming up soon for your boy. I just picture if you the plan is by 30. I've said that. I said that in
Got
the
that
first
Super
episode.
Soaker loaded and ready to go.
Oh no. But yes. Well, I said this in the first episode. I said that was the plan. I want to have a kid by the time I'm 30. That's just I don't know, just in my head. My dad had me when he was 20. I like that my dad wants to go play basketball and stuff, and like we still go do like active things together. And I want to be able to do that, but I'm already 7 years behind. I don't want to be more than 10 years behind.
Christ, man, it's right. I'm going. By the time I have a kid, I'll be in a wheelchair for their graduation from middle school.
For me, I couldn't imagine myself having a kid at 20. Like even
No. I give my
Pretty
parents a
much
lot of credit.
any of my 20s.
I give my parents a lot of credit. They were not ready. I was not planned either. And I really came in there and fucked some shit up. But, you know, they're doing all right now.
Are you talking about your mother's uterus?
Okay. No, but...
Throw that up.
Oh, no. Now
It's gonna be one of those kind of podcasts.
Now I'm blushing. Yeah.
How big were you when you were born, Tyler? Were you a massive baby?
I want to say I was pretty big. 7 pounds, 14 ounces. That's big, right? That's big. That's not like huge.
It's
Is
pretty
that average? That's,
What about length?
I think that's what it was. Length? I don't remember.
I mean, I'd say 8 is like when you're starting to be pretty dang big. I think anything over than 8, but like 6 to 8, I think. I mean, I'm not an expert at that, but
I remember
think
my
it's somewhere around
sister was tiny. She was like 5 pounds, 8 ounces or something.
That's pretty small.
She was like a week or two early, premature. But
My mom couldn't get my head out.
no,
happens.
really, you don't say. Look at
Always
that
got
thing.
The thing hasn't stopped growing either. I look like a human bobblehead.
You got a dog to look just like you too. He's got
Yeah, I know.
He's got that thick thing on him.
He's got a massive melon.
Yeah, I think actually the reason Brock didn't want to do a webcam is because he didn't want to have his daughter walk in and be like that one news anchor guy, like
that was a concern.
shoo out his whole family.
I love that.
That's one of the best
And
videos.
that was a concern. I will say that.
Well, what was it? Just in a COD session recently or something, you were talking about how she was working the doorknob or something.
Yeah.
She's got a little MacGyver.
She's trying to figure out doors right now.
Be so funny. You're just like you're just gaming, dude, and you just hear the door just. You're like, what is going on?
Am I getting swatted? Oh, no, it's just my daughter.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, well, let's reel it on back before the daughter. Okay, we're going way back, Brock. When did you first get into gaming? I have a note here that your first console was your cousin's old hand-me-down NES. Is that true?
Uh-huh.
Was that the first time you ever played a game? Was that console, or was there games before that? Or
that's the first console I remember playing games on. The first memory I had is me using that. I think we got it for Christmas, because I remember playing it at my grandma's where like all the cousins were together, and so I remember that. And then we got a Super Nintendo like when the N64 came out, or it might have even been before that. I don't remember. But yeah, those were my first things. I remember playing. There was like an ice hockey game that I played a lot on it. There was
Did you ever play Duck
Paperboy.
Hunt? That's classic NES.
And then we had Excite Bike, but then
Excite Bike, yeah.
Yeah, one of my other cousins was babysitting this kid, and he wanted to play it, so she borrowed it, and then that kid stole it, and I'm still bitter about it. Screw you, kid.
Now, Brock, did you take this first gaming console, the Nintendo Entertainment System? Did you by any chance trade that into GameStop or Best Buy for credit?
Oh, come on.
We mentioned this like 2 episodes ago with Legion. I don't know how the conversation came up.
Because he works at Best Buy. We're like, oh, Brock's familiar with Best Buy.
No.
If you guys don't know, if you didn't see that episode, we get sent a lot of free stuff from companies, and we often don't need it. Like, how many Xboxes do you need sitting in a corner? So Brock was like
3.
I don't need any sitting in the corner. So he takes from the Best Buy for credit.
Yeah,
It's genius.
I mean, hey.
Probably furnished his entire home with Best Buy credits that he's earned from Xbox giveaways.
He could have furnished them with Xboxes, so instead he turned them
only
into
that,
actual
but, like,
furniture.
I mean, when we get like it doesn't work this way anymore. But back in the day, when we would get sent like hard copies,
He's been
of
doing
games,
this for years.
Oh yeah. When we would get sent hard copies of games, I'd play the game, and then realize like I'm never gonna play this game again. Like, I mean, it would be a few months like after, and it was just sitting there. So it's like people aren't interested in this anymore. So I'm just gonna go trade it in. Get like, it makes sense to me. I don't know.
No, it makes sense. It's just you are just more adamant about it than anybody I've ever met doing YouTube. Like, I have all these games like over here, and you know I could probably go trade those in, but I just don't. If this were you, there'd be 2 on that shelf and everything else traded in.
You must have at least $12 worth of credit.
I was gonna say you could have
I could trade that in for like some Skittles and a Pokemon plushie from GameStop.
I mean, if
for
they
sure.
give you more store credit than cash, then yeah, for sure, go with.
So
No, you got to
like
take
the
out the Best
Skittles.
Buy. If you take
I was
out
gonna
the
say,
GameStop,
yeah.
they'll still ask you
what
for
is
money.
what is the best place to trade it in? Is it Best Buy? They got they wheel out the biggest deals. They got the most bucks coming towards you for those.
I prefer Best Buy just because like they have, I think, a better like membership program, like rewards program. But
You're such a dad.
What kind of benefits do you get? How many games do you get traded in for
I bet
free
there's
store
like
credit?
local stores that can do better deals for like just trading in, but
The mom
That's-
and pop
that's just
stores.
me.
What about garage
Yeah.
sales? Are you a big garage sailor? Do you do a lot of garage sailing?
I'm not.
Like your
I'm
own
not,
garage
'cause
sailing?
that means I have to interact with people, and that's just
That's true.
yeah.
That's true. What if you just paid like some neighbor kid to come run your garage sale?
Actually, I would just be like, here, kid, here's $50. Just get rid of this shit. I don't want it anymore.
Honestly.
Yeah, it'd be good. So you didn't trade in the NES. Best Buy wasn't handing out the big
did
deals
give it
back
to
then.
someone. I remember we gave that to someone like quite a while ago. 15 years ago probably gave it to someone. But then played Super Nintendo, and I still to this day, I don't know if I'll ever forget it. Remember the first time I played an N64. I remember the first time I saw an N64. It was at Toys R Us. It was playing Super Mario, or I guess, whatever, Mario 64.
Yeah.
And I was like, my mind was blown that it was 3-dimensional. But then the first time I ever played one was GoldenEye. And it, like, I talked about it for weeks to like my parents and my other friends and stuff because of how cool it was.
I remember watching my uncles play that all the time at my grandma's house. Like she had an N64. I never had an N64. It's like my console progression, which is when I want to hear everybody's console progression. But I started with a Super Nintendo, and then my dad one year for Christmas got a PlayStation 1 and GTA 2. I played a lot of PlayStation 1. There was a lot of like Crash Bandicoot, Spyro, GTA 2. What's the game called? The racing game that's on
Crash
Need for Speed?
No.
Crash Team.
Well, I played that one, Crash Team Racing, but no, it's like the Forza, but it's on PlayStation. I forget what it's called.
Gran Turismo.
That one. I played a lot of that. A lot of like SOCOM games, like little military shooter games, and then it was PS2, and then Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, all that stuff. But so you went NES, SNES, then N64.
Yeah,
I never really played
I got
N64.
the N64 for Christmas after I talked about it.
That's a good year. That's a good Christmas year, dude.
Nintendo 64.
Oh, it was the best. I remember I was sick on that Christmas, but I got that, and so like my family went to my cousin's for like what's that word? Breakfast. That's the word. And and I was like, oh, I'm sick. I can't go. And I just played N64 the entire day. It was fantastic.
I miss that feeling, like getting a dope new video game or something for Christmas and just going to town. It's not really the case anymore. Like video games just become so normalized for us that it's like it's hard to get excited really that much about any of them.
Well, yeah, but especially when we were growing up, because that's when they were really popularizing. Now it's just like, oh, cool, we get an extra 30 frames. Back then it was like we get an extra dimension on our graphics. Like you can't ascend that now. I mean,
good point.
Virtual
Good point
reality is
about
the
that.
next step, really, as far as major progression.
Yeah,
for
like
us.
I mean, I don't remember being like I was excited when like the Xbox One and PS4 were coming out because it was a step up for sure.
Step up and then step backwards.
But yeah, I mean, I think the new like console generation, the only thing to like I think really look forward to is like speed and like performance, which is good like when you're playing it, but like from like an outside standpoint, you don't really notice that. So like looking, it doesn't look. I mean, obviously the graphics are going to be better, but it's not as like a big of a step up as when we were kids.
Yeah.
No, it's it's like cell phones and stuff now. I remember when the first iPhone came out, but now it's just like
it's kind of
a little bigger,
plateaued.
it weighs a little less.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Anthony, what consoles did you go through? What was the first one?
Super Nintendo was the first one for me. My dad had one, so we would play Madden.
Same.
I skipped Super Nintendo. My parents were very.
I thought you said
like,
Super Nintendo.
I'm sorry, Nintendo 64. I didn't have an N64. The only time I ever got to play that was when I was at McDonald's and we dined inside. And they had a little N64 booth set up.
Wait, that's a thing? I don't remember ever seeing that. I don't remember ever seeing that.
Or I'd go to the doctor's office and I'd play Pokemon Snap because they had it at the doctor's office, like one of those little booths or whatever. But my parents weren't very like keen on me having video games because they'd rather me like read or participate in extracurricular stuff. So
bunch of stuff for idiots.
Nerd.
Like honestly, I had
what
a
waste
Super
of time
Nintendo,
that stuff is.
and then I had like handhelds. So I had Game Boys and stuff. That was okay, but I didn't really have consoles. I borrowed a friend's PS2, and I played Resident Evil 4 on it, probably 12 times. And then Xbox 360. Like, there's a huge gap for me.
Man, kids today are so lucky with their handhelds. I remember handhelds were the shit back in the day, because if your mom drug you to something boring, you're like, this is going to be awesome. I'm just going to play games the whole time. I'm just going to play on my Game Boy. Now, like you can play Skyrim on a Switch. Yeah.
Well, not only that, but, they have, like, the backpacks where it's, like, a console, and you open it up, and there's, like, a monitor and, like, power supplies and stuff. Like, holy shit.
Yeah, I had like, me and my brother shared a Game Boy, like, original Game Boy.
Yeah.
I remember, like, it was always a pain if someone, like, looked over your shoulder because they blocked the light. You couldn't see it. It didn't have a backlit screen.
I remember
playing on the drive home.
Yeah,
there's like a stoplight.
You hit the street lamps. You would get like 2 seconds.
Turn on the dome light, your mom will yell at you. No, that's illegal.
You can't turn on the light in the car. Are you insane?
And then you can't see.
Yeah. My mom would always tell me you can't do that. It's illegal. scare me.
And then you had the Game Boy Advance with the goofy ass attachment that came off with the light that like went up and around.
Yeah, the
like,
worm light.
Yeah.
It was
God,
like
that thing was
looked
ugly.
like an Arby's French
the
fry.
original Game Boy had a light boy. That was the
light
thing
boy.
that we had. Yeah.
Oh,
that
dude,
you-
the
it's like a
transformer
clip-on.
attachment.
Yeah, it was like a clip-on, and it kind of magnified the screen a little bit.
Oh,
and
yeah,
also
yeah. I had one of those.
Shined a light on it.
Yeah.
It had the speakers. Remember the speaker clip on?
I didn't have the speaker.
Oh yeah,
ones.
to
I
this it
wasn't
would
that
like be
cool.
on the sides or something.
Yeah, you would literally have to have an entire briefcase for your Game Boy. And
your
by the
Game
time you
Boy.
got all your components attached to it, recess was over.
And then all your games, whatever game you want, you have to carry those
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
And hope some punk kid doesn't steal them.
There was, God, what was it? Was it for the original Game Boy or was it for the Color? Where they had the camera and the printer. The
I think that
original
was
selfie
Color.
cam.
That was I remember that. I think it was the Color.
I don't remember that.
Nintendo
I didn't have a
invented
Game Boy Color.
Instagram.
Actually, it wasn't a game. I don't know if it was a Game Boy Color, but it was a newer Game Boy that was like a little bit thinner, and it could have different.
I don't remember exactly.
It could have
It literally
different
had a printer.
colors. Oh no, it wasn't a Game Boy. The Game Boy Color didn't have a colored screen. It was just the actual thing that was colored, wasn't it?
No. They called it the Color because it was the first colored screen.
Yeah, it had a colored screen.
I don't.
But
think
you
I
could
had one
play
of
regular
those.
Game Boy games that weren't in color.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't
But
have
I
one
do
of those
remember
either.
the camera. I remember seeing a commercial for the camera.
I never had one.
The camera's like 8 pixels. That kind of looks like my face. That's cool.
I look like a Pokemon.
I think I see my face.
Scans your face, makes it a sprite into the game.
Yeah.
It's the same ratio.
But then what? After N64, I think my most played N64 games were GoldenEye, Ocarina of Time, and Tony Hawk 1.
Tony Hawk.
And then-
I'm so excited for the remaster.
I'm so excited. I didn't play 2 a lot.
2 is good.
because I don't think it came out on N64. Or if it did,
know.
it wasn't until like after I had kind of gotten over it. But my friend had a PlayStation with Tony Hawk 2, but I didn't play it nearly as much as 1. But then I got a PlayStation 2 that had Tony Hawk 3, and I played that a ton.
A ton.
That was the next thing.
1 and 2 are
Went from
both good.
N64 to PlayStation 2, because the GameCube didn't really appeal to me,
My cousin had a GameCube. It was
and
just like whatever.
yeah, me and my brother, like one day we just decided like we have to get a PlayStation 2, and we seriously like we went to every corner of our house looking for like change or whatever money that we could find.
Other consoles to trade in.
And we had like just enough to go to Costco and buy like one of the bundles. And that was great.
I can't remember if I bought a PS2 or if I got one for Christmas. I can't remember. I know when it was Xbox 360, I saved up like birthday money and Christmas money and went and bought it. But I don't remember when I got a PS2 if it was a Christmas present or not. But that was a good. Oh, I think it was a Christmas present. Yeah, it was, because I got a PlayStation 2, and I remember I got Turok Evolution. Was my first game with it. I love that game, dude. Just killing stupid lizards. They were like dinosaur lizard dudes.
Stupid lizards.
Yeah, dude. That game was so fun. Yeah, it's good.
I used
Good
to go to
times.
my neighbor's house and play games. That was like how I got my fix as a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I wanted to play an N64, I went to my grandma's because she had one. My cousin knew like all the games. He would play like Conkers, and I would watch him. That game was so funny back when being a
That
younger
game is
kid.
outrageous.
That game is outrageous.
That game could not come out today.
You're literally talking to like an animated
Living
shit,
poo.
a living poo. Yeah.
The great almighty poo, and he will throw his shit at you.
Yeah. Yeah. So I remember like going to my grandma's, we would play that because I didn't have one. And then I remember one of my friends in my neighborhood had a Xbox and Halo. So that was my only experience with Xbox. And both of those consoles, all I remember is like, man, I'm so glad I don't have one of these because God, these controllers are shit. The N64 with that
N64.
third prong milking penis
weird.
underneath. And then
Weird.
the original Xbox controller was like
A
humongous.
giant.
So big.
First time I saw an N64 controller was like the first time I saw a naked woman. I had no idea where to touch, what to do.
Where do I hold this
I just
thing?
kind of looked at it like, oh, nailing it.
Well, it was like some games you would like hold far left and then right hand middle. Some
D-pad,
games was like
yeah.
right hand and then left middle, and then some. Too complicated for my small, tiny, underdeveloped brain. So I went PlayStation 2 and PlayStation 1. It's easier.
It's like Nintendo had these perfect controllers for the Nintendo and then the Super Nintendo. And then someone dropped a lot of acid and was like, Nintendo 64, let's do it.
Let's go.
That's what happened. I don't know.
Okay, so Brock, you said you went PS2.
Uh-huh.
Then I'm assuming
And-
Xbox 360.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I
That's
didn't
where we all
get.
met.
I never really messed around with an Xbox like original. PlayStation 2, I did quite a bit. So I played Tony Hawk 3 a lot, and I remember I got GTA. I almost said GTA 5, GTA 3, from my aunt because she was like out with me and saw it, and I was like, this is my chance to get it because she doesn't understand.
She has no idea. You always had to swindle someone for those fucked up games.
So I got that, and my parents never really knew about that. So I played that a ton, GTA 3, and Splinter Cell I loved. I loved a couple of the Splinter Cell games. And then, yeah, I didn't... and then I kind of, like, phased out of video games a little bit from that and got really into, like, football and rugby and sports and just general...
Yeah, I have a note that you
stuff.
got back into gaming after you got hurt.
Yeah.
But was that like, when was your first Call of Duty? Was it after you got hurt, like Black Ops 1, or did you play other Call of Duties beforehand? Like, I guess just the first one you played, and then the first one you played online, because I guess that's kind of different too for some people.
Yeah.
For me, it was
first
anyway.
First one I played was COD 4.
Same.
And first one I played
Well, actually, no,
online
I played the
was-
original on PS2.
Ooh.
Finest Hour. I love that game.
Oh, I remember playing Medal of Honor on PlayStation 2.
I played a lot of
Good
Medal of
times.
Honor, and then I remember when the original Call of Duty Finest Hour came out on PlayStation 2. I played that one. That game was amazing. Loved it. And then they had the second one, and then the third one, and then COD 4 on Xbox 360. COD 4 is why I bought a 360.
Yeah, so I played COD 4 because I got hurt, and my cousin let me borrow his Xbox, his 360, and so I got in, like, he had COD 4, so I played the campaign a ton of times, and then I think Modern Warfare 2 was already out as well, and so, like, I got to play that as well. And I remember, like, hopping online and just getting destroyed, and it's like, online sucks.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was probably, yeah, COD 4 is definitely my first Call of Duty.
Back then, I played Call of Duty only for the campaigns. So I literally I was just super excited about how good Call of Duty 4 looked on like the next gen consoles. Like, I got to get an Xbox 360 and Call of Duty 4. Like, it looks amazing. And Halo 3.
Yeah.
And so I did that. Played Call of Duty campaign. Never played multiplayer on that at all. And then World at War, played through the campaign, messed around with a little bit of zombies. Me and my dad were terrified of that shit when it first came out. Like, remember when you first unlocked that zombies mode? You're like, I don't want to play this. This is terrifying. Like, this is giving me anxiety. It's like, it's so scary. I'm trapped in here. You literally can't win. You're dead no matter what. This sucks. Yeah. I remember that was terrifying. And then MW2 came out, and I only played the campaign on that until I went to a buddy's house who had Xbox Live. So that was my first experience, was playing a little bit of MW2 online. And I was a dirty camper, but I liked it. It was fun. It was pretty fun.
I love Modern Warfare 2, man. I love it so much.
I don't have all the fond memories of that game.
I don't know if any of them were fun, but I love them. I just love the game.
Yeah,
I just figured out the
I don't know what it is
timeline
about
for it for me. It was my first injury that I played COD 4. Gave the Xbox back to my cousin, got hurt, and got the Xbox back with Modern Warfare 2. That's the timeline.
Okay, so you had it, and then you were fine, so you gave it to him. And then you got hurt again. You're like, all right, give me that shit back. And now MW2's out.
That's what it was.
Yeah, there you go.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, and so another thing that we noticed, like on your channel, you had the injury series. This was one of your first series on your channel where you just did commentaries about all the injuries you had. What have you done to yourself?
A lot. So, like, going all through like junior high to high school, I started playing football when I was in like 7th grade, so I was like 11, and then up to when I was like 17. And
same pee-wee football.
Yeah, so like 7th grade all through high school. I never really got like super hurt in football. Like nothing like serious. And then I started playing rugby in 9th grade. So I was like 14, I think, and then played all through high school, and then started to play in college, and so nothing super serious in rugby either in high school. My first game playing in college dislocated my elbow, and like
Dislocated your elbow. Oh
yeah. So yeah,
I'm just like thinking about that. No thanks. That had to look disgusting.
oh, it's bad. Yeah, it was pretty bad. It took
My legs
3
are
doctors.
like shaking all over the place. Right
Yeah,
now.
I've got
Bouncing my
anxiety
legs.
now.
So they said they were just giving me something to like, I mean, pretty much like morphine, but it like knocked me out for some reason. And I'm glad it did, because they said it took 3 doctors like putting their feet on the table and pulling to get my arm back.
Oh.
it was so
no.
It was so bad that the team doctor was a professor at the university. It was so I guess good that he wanted to use it as an example like in his class. So I had to give him like permission to use that in his class because he was so shocked at the example of it. And so I'm kind of proud of that.
I had a spectacularly dislocated elbow. Like textbook.
It's literally in the textbooks now.
Yeah. So after that, I was like, I should probably not play rugby anymore. But then a couple of years later, I missed it too much. I missed like the competing and stuff like that. So I started to play again and played one game. And then the next week in practice, we were just playing like touch, and someone kicked the ball, and I ran to go catch it, and I was like looking up at the ball. Right when I caught it, stepped in a pothole, and I just heard this like huge pop, and like my knee just went out. So I tore my ACL on my left leg.
I don't like
and
this.
That sucked. So that's when I got that's when I got into like Modern Warfare, like COD 4.
Yeah.
Played that for a while, got recovered. And then it was honestly the first activity I did after like fully healing. So it was like 6 months after after this original thing. I'm pretty sure it was almost like 6 months to the day. Was playing in the Turkey Bowl. Like we were doing a Turkey Bowl on Thanksgiving.
Classic Turkey Bowl. Is that like with the family?
Yeah, I was with my cousin and like his friends.
Turkey Bowl.
And it was, I was playing, one of his friends I played with in college, like played rugby with. And so like we were playing and we played tackle for some reason. And I thought that was a good idea. And
no. Bad idea, Brock.
Yeah, it was bad. So like, he tackled me the way that you tackle in rugby, where like, cause in rugby, the way that you tackle, you want to try to get the opponent to face your side so that like it's easier to get the ball. And so like when he tackled me, he spun me, and I was probably like compensating for my bad knee. So I like put a lot of weight on my good knee, and then it just like twisted and that popped as well, like tore that. So that sucked too.
Yeah.
And then got into
then
Modern
video
Warfare
games
2.
much safer.
And
I like that.
Got Black Ops, started playing that, and that's when I like really put time in to try to get better at like multiplayer, and that's how I found like YouTube videos.
Yeah, that
to
was
get better at Black Ops.
That was how I was gonna segue into that. It was like I was wondering, who was the first YouTube videos you saw, or who were the first people you watched, or just how did you discover it? With me, I was looking up zombie stuff. Anthony, what were you? How did you find it?
I've been watching commentaries since 2010. I don't even know how I stumbled on it, honestly. I think maybe I was just looking up Call of Duty tricks or tips or something too, and I was more intrigued by the people just talking about random shit than I was about talking about the game. Yeah, like Nanners. That's back when Captain Sparkles was pros don't talk shit.
Yeah.
XCal, Hutch, Blame Truth, like the OGs. Even Wings back then, before he went off his rocker, if he was ever on it. Yeah, I never really, as you guys, I'm not good at anything. I was immediately drawn to that. It's just like the commentary stuff.
Yeah.
And that's like the opposite for me, because I got on like to get better at the game because I was so bad.
Yeah.
And I remember there was a channel, I think they're still going, kind of, they've kind of split, like gone their separate ways. But it was, Next Gen Tactics was a
Next Gen Tactics. I remember them.
Yeah.
Remember that?
They did a lot of zombies, didn't they? I
They
thought
did, and that's the kind of like when they kind of had some disagreements. I think they kind of split up, and one of them started "You Always Win." That does like zombies a lot, and so that was one, and just I mean all those different channels back in the day, and then that kind of led me into the commentary side, and that's what I got interested in, and around then I started to get better at the game, and I was like, I kind of want to try this just for fun, and so like I got it wasn't a Dazzle.
You're the Roxio.
No,
it looked like a Roxio.
I got one
I
that
looked
was
at
even
some of
worse.
The
It was
Roxio was
pretty
not
bad.
good. The Roxio was 480p.
No. Yeah, no, this one was
Was it
pretty
the
bad.
Aver?
Easy Cap?
Aver Media?
Easy Cap? That one was the worst.
I think no, I don't
That
remember.
was
I'll have to
fucking
look.
horrible.
I don't think I still have it though. I think I threw it away, but yeah, I got that and like started to like, okay, this is pretty cool. Cause I remember like my first stuff I uploaded straight from Black Ops. You could like link your YouTube and just upload it straight.
Oh, so it was just like
onto
clips? Just like theater
Yeah.
clips?
Yeah, theater clips. And so then I was like, I'm going to get something so I can record it. And I would still just play. And then if I had a good game, I would just go into theater and record it, which just looks horrible. and then I got, it was an Elgato, but it wasn't the Elgato that is today. It was essentially like a DVR for like recording your TV, but I hooked it up so it could record my theater mode. Like I couldn't record it live, but I could go back in and record it. And then that led me to like an HD PVR.
I went with
That's what it was called, right?
the Easy Cap, then I realized this was a complete waste of money. This thing is fucking awful.
Oh yeah.
So I got the boom, check me out, Roxio Game Capture. I got that bad boy with that sweet ad, suckered me, pulled me right in.
Oh yeah.
I got that thing, and it recorded in 480, but I uploaded in 720, and I was like, yeah, it's high def, sure. and then eventually I was like, okay, yeah. Eventually I was like, all right, this is not very good. Let me get a PVR. And
Brock, you have a video on your channel called Black Ops 40 and 5 TDM or something. It's in 4:3 aspect ratio.
yeah,
Hey, you know,
you got them big bars on the side. How did you even record it in 4:3 aspect ratio?
Listen, it's not cropped. That's the native.
No.
Like, were you
That's
playing
probably
on a
the TV I was
CRT?
playing on. I don't know.
He was playing on an old CRT.
Had to be, because the gameplay was like, hey, you know,
Hey,
gotta
you
do what you
know.
gotta do back then. Look at him
Yeah,
now.
exactly.
Look at him now.
I'm starting out.
Killing it.
Got to start somewhere.
Yeah.
So here's my first capture card was the Hapog, the HD PVR, and I bought it from Renee. If you guys know who Renee is, Mall Renee. She literally sold me her Hapog, and that's where I started. Before then, I just had people record my gameplay from theater mode and then upload and send it to me.
Didn't you have Shannon do that a lot?
Yep,
Shenanigans.
shenanigans.
Yeah, I still play with her every now and then because she plays with Dysfunction all the time. So if I ever play with them, like playing S&D on Modern Warfare, like she's there.
Yeah, her and I. So I met them through Ernest Lee in his stream, because I used to moderate for him. I actually created the Frankers emote and merchandise. Like that's sort of like my claim to fame on Twitch, I guess, that nobody knows about.
The little Franker Z emote, the little doggy.
Yeah. He sent me the pictures, and I made all that little shit for him. But
At least
Shannon,
you're famous for something.
yeah, because it's nothing else. I'll tell you that.
My claim to fame.
My claim to fame is a dog emote on Twitch.
Never mind my successful YouTube channel. That's
I-
my claim to fame.
Yeah.
A dog emote.
Hey man, we all got something. But I would literally just be like, here, look at my theater, record this gameplay and send it to me. And then I would just talk
It
over
worked.
it. Yeah.
And then we all met each other, and so it began.
Yeah.
This
Evan
crazy,
introduced me to
this
Tyler.
crazy
and I think
Asian
Tyler
man.
introduced me to Brock.
Yeah, so I when I
course,
was
I knew
first
you
starting
back
my
in the
channel
day.
out was like
B Enterprises.
I was sending, like I'd go watch like channels that were like my size, the like 15 subscribers. and like I would watch the commentaries and say, hey, like I like that, good job, stuff.
Hey, I like that.
Hey, you, good job.
They'd be like,
and it
someone
was like,
commented.
and so it was kind of just like, I mean, it was a way to kind of get myself out there.
Yeah.
But it was also trying to like see how other people did videos.
Mm-hmm.
And I found Evan and like immediately was like, this guy has a lot of confidence. Like I still remember his first like commentary. It was like, this doesn't sound like someone's first commentary. And so I like sent him a message, like said that I really liked it and stuff. And then he replied and like subscribed and stuff. And we just kind of became friends from there. And then, yeah, that was like the first time I played with him was towards the end of Black Ops, maybe, but it might have been Modern Warfare 3, and that was like right at the same time that
I think it was towards the end of
like,
Black Ops 1.
Tyler.
Yeah.
Brought Tyler.
Yeah, because
in, and I was
he
like,
he went
"Who's
to
this
my
guy?"
first video and then left a comment, and then that's how I found him, and then then we ended ended up playing at some point, meeting each other.
That's how you grow as a small YouTuber. Everyone always asks like, how do I get subscribers? Like, you got to find channels that are your size and just network with them.
No, you go to a channel that's really big and leave comments on their videos going, check out my videos.
You don't
that's
send
what you
an
do.
email asking to play with people.
Okay, so this can kind of segue into one question I had for you, because you've got a lot of pet peeves, Brock. You know you do.
I do.
We all know
I'm
you
a
do.
pretty irritable guy.
You've got a lot of pet. Listen, I'm the same way, but you like to be vocal about, and they're pet peeves, like they're little things, but they pick at you. What is your biggest pet peeve when it comes to doing YouTube, whether it's comments or emails or when we're playing? Because I feel like that's one of them, right? Someone emailing you to be in our group.
Here's the Broxicity segment of today's episode.
Yeah, I'm pretty broxic. I think that's a big one. Is the not necessarily people like emailing to ask, because like a lot of them are innocent enough.
Mm-hmm.
But like I just hope that it's when they keep emailing and keep messaging, even to the point where you say no, and not necessarily in a nice way. And I know that sounds mean, but like it kind of gets to a point where you have to be pretty blunt.
Right. You gotta read the room. If you don't get a reply after the first 12 emails, chances are that's your answer.
I
no
know that a
answer
lot of
is an
them
answer.
I know a lot of them are young kids, so that's understandable. And I get emails from companies that don't understand this.
Yes,
So-
we all do. We can probably think of one specifically.
I'm gonna say it right fucking now. Broadband, leave me the fuck alone. Leave me alone! It's been 5 years! Leave me alone!
That was definitely the one I had in mind.
That was
yeah.
one of them. Yeah, that was one of them.
Yeah. But then there's also,
holy
there's also Rosie Perez from App Nana.
I remember her.
She kind of got the message though after the 50th reply of me saying to never contact me again.
Oh, the wonderful world of business
I'd
emails.
say that like, please, no, I'm not interested. Don't reach out to me again. And then she'd email me again. So I was like, yeah, this sounds great. I'm really interested. And then she'd say, okay, like it's this and this and this. I'm like, okay, good. I know that you're getting my replies because you actually replied to this one. Leave me alone.
You gave her like the old
I baited her hard.
old bait and switch. Like, oh, I am interested for this. You know what? This month I think I'm interested in that, Dana. And then when she replies,
wore
and
me
like
down.
the last 9 months, you just weren't sealing the deal. But this email, something about it spoke to me.
Yeah, it's literally like an app that like turns your subscribers into like little click farmers. Like basically you just get like tiny rewards for just clicking and downloading like random apps and shit. Pretty dumb.
Oh,
The wonderful
I
world
have
of
no
business
idea what
emails
it
though.
is.
I still remember my favorite business email of all time is some kid emailing me asking, how do you play Far Cry 4 co-op? Me and my cousin want to play. Like, how is emailing a YouTuber your first thought to figuring out this problem? Literally could have
told Google.
It's you.
Literally could have typed the email into Google. Even while saying, hey, Tyler, like you could have left that in there. Still would have found the result. Still would have found the result quicker than emailing me.
But I think that is something that it took me a little bit to like understand that. Yeah, a lot of these are just kids.
Yeah.
Because the internet,
obviously.
For me,
but
I tend to
still
see
annoying.
a name and just think like, oh, they're my age. They're as brilliant and wise as me.
And
so like,
and
it
is humble.
is hard. It's like, yeah, okay. I'm not going to reply, but I get it.
Yeah. No, and
That's not an endorsement to send them, but just like
Business inquiries only.
frustrated.
You got to have cold hard cash. You want us to reply?
like I understand too, Brock.
but it's like
because
I
we're
just
both
hit
in our
delete.
30s. Tyler, you're getting there.
No, I'm nowhere near. You guys are so much older. It's crazy.
It's hard to try to think on the same. Like how was I thinking when I was 15? Because I remember when I made like my first MySpace account and I added System of a Down on MySpace and they accepted the friend request and I was like, oh my god, they know who I am. Like, and I understand like that mindset, but yeah, please, I got an email from a woman named Elizabeth about a month ago, and the email just said, she was like talking to herself. She was like, "Hey Mary, this is Elizabeth. I am inside of Anthony."
what?
And that was the email.
I think you
That was
you
it.
might have gotten hacked, bro.
I think
Jeez.
someone's gonna kill you. I think someone is trying to become inside of you,
That's fine.
or
I'm
it's
gonna
like
wear my skin like a
some
mask.
Osmosis Jones shit, or like some Magic School Bus
Oh,
shit. She's
yeah.
shrunk down and she's literally in your body right now.
She's like
That's
just in
probably
there.
it.
yeah,
I'm about to become a Rick and Morty episode.
yeah.
Yeah, no, please don't email us that stuff.
So is that the biggest pet peeve, Brock? What's the biggest pet peeve? Is it the emails or is it
I mean,
session
probably playing
joining?
with Nogla is my biggest pet peeve.
True. I mean, that one's a given though. Everybody knows that.
Here's the thing. I think that a lot of people, like when something happens in a game, I see this in comments like, oh, he's such a dick for doing that and stuff. Everything that we do, like we don't turn the game off and then like keep fighting and like yelling at each other. I mean, 99% of the time it happens. There's times where we
Sometimes.
get mad at each other, but like the things that we do in game, it's not like a reflection of like our relationship as friends. Like it's just,
It's an in the moment.
yeah, I
Right.
mean,
Kind
we're
of
just
thing.
trying to have
Reaction.
fun.
Yeah.
But, like people get really mad at like, I know people get mad at Brian a lot for stuff that's in my videos, but that's because like that's a thing with me and Brian is we have fun. Like we like to, I mean, in like Brian's term, like take the mick out of each other and things like that. And
Yeah.
or take the piss, whatever. So I mean, it's like people get too offended on our behalfs, I think. So like when I see that in comments, it's like, no, it's all good.
yeah.
Brian is not this villain.
Yeah, but when we're mean to Nogla though, that gets serious. Like we really don't like
Oh yeah,
him.
no, that
Like-
is no, just kidding.
Nogla. So Nogla
just
actually
won't
got
leave.
in. Yeah, he actually got into our group by sending us one of those emails, and we all blocked him. But then he just continued to session join, and he infiltrated all of our Discords and Skypes and all this stuff, and just
that
never went
real?
away. So we hate
We just
him.
gave in. It's like
No,
a bear
that's not-
attack.
no,
You
that's
it's
not
just
true.
best to
I was
let
gonna
it
say,
happen.
like,
No,
I
that's
don't
not
remember
true. No, that's not true at all.
I remember the first time I played with Nogla.
I don't remember the first time I played with
I remember
Nogla.
seeing him on Machinima, like on Machinima's site, on their channel.
Yeah, Nogla
And I
noise.
was like, yeah, Nogla noise. I was like, oh, this guy just wants to be Kevin.
Yep. People are wondering why we get annoyed with Nogla, the man who literally had a series called Nogla Noise. He's pretty self-aware that he can be annoying,
series
and
never stopped.
he pokes and prods, and
Oh, he knows how to poke. Oh yeah.
and so
He
he's
knows
got
what he's
got to
doing.
take it right back sometimes.
But,
Sometimes maybe he gets it a little bit too hard, but we try.
No, I remember seeing that and was like, and then I played with him and Evan on Christmas on Black Ops 2. We messed around with Christmas noobs, and that was the first time I played
Christmas
with Nogla.
noobs, the good old days.
Oh, don't you miss that?
I don't remember. Yeah, I do miss it a lot, but it's just I think the last time I remember it happening was probably 2018 Fortnite was like the last time it happened. But even then, like the game is free. It was just like kids just getting
Yeah, I was
consoles
gonna
for the
say-
first time.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
It was like kids getting consoles for the first time and stuff. But I feel like that hasn't been a thing for a long time. I don't know if it's skill-based
No.
matchmaking, protecting these little guys, or what it is, or people are just fucking birthing out the womb with 3 KDs or what's going on. I don't know, but there's no Christmas noobs anymore. I missed that.
I do think there
I
is
feel like some people might not
of
even know what it means.
kind of a mix of things where it's like, I mean, this is a very weird example, but like my daughter is kind of already learning how to like function on an iPad, like because she has like some apps with like the alphabet and stuff on them.
Yeah.
And like she kind of like knows like, okay, I have to do this and this. And like kids are a lot better at technology than we were as kids.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I do think that like a lot of them are just, and they just have better reflexes than all of us old guys, I guess. I don't know. But I think there's a mixture of that, and obviously, yeah, skill-based matchmaking has kind of ruined that. But without, like, if skill-based matchmaking was a thing back when I started, I don't know if I would have gotten into YouTube, because I wouldn't have gone onto YouTube to see how to get better.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, that's why I got on, because I was getting destroyed, just completely, just obliterated. Like, maybe a kill or two a game. And
that's where I'm at now.
No, you've gotten better recently with Modern Warfare for sure.
So without that, I just don't know if that would be a thing. And I know there's a big argument, like there's a lot of people that enjoy skill-based matchmaking. And I don't get that.
I mean,
a lot of people like playing up to their competition. I mean, I understand that as someone who enjoys sports. Maybe you guys do too. Is when you play against people on the basketball court who are whipping your ass, you play up to that competition. Maybe it's the same thing on the rugby pitch. It was the same thing for me when playing baseball.
Well done saying pitch. Look at you.
Yeah. Pitch. So maybe that's sort of like the mindset for gamers, like these esports guys, where it's like, I don't want to just shit on kids. I want to be challenged, and they might enjoy that. But I'm the kid they're shitting on. I don't want to be challenged.
That's the thing. It's fine if you want that, but just have it be a ranked playlist.
Yeah,
that's what I think we're missing.
I think that's a lot of the flaws with a lot of games that have to have skill. Like Fortnite, that's Fortnite's biggest flaw is they have their arena mode that has skill-based matchmaking, but like the arena mode is just there's no benefit to playing it. Like it's not hard to get to the highest rank in that mode, which is champions rank. Like it's just not difficult.
Had like a boot camp thing.
Yeah,
like you had to
if you were like below level 10 or something.
Yeah.
Because
I understand. I get it. Believe me, I know what it's like to be just pooped on. But it made me better, but that's just my argument.
Yeah, I mean,
know a lot of people are for skill-based matchmaking.
So, I mean, what it is like, I mean, the idea of skill-based matchmaking is if you make everybody in the lobby towards equal skill, then it's kind of a 50-50 on whether or not you're going to kill the guy you're fighting or whatever, right? He's a 50, they're the same skill level, whoever gets the jump, whatever it is, but it's going to be about 50-50. And for someone who's good at the game, that sucks because it's boring when it's 50-50 and you don't feel like really it matters that much how well you do. And if you even do better, it's still going to be 50-50. The better you get, the better the people you play. It's always going to be a 50-50 thing, especially in a battle royale that's super annoying. Like in a battle royale, you want to be able to run around and survive the whole game and get some kills and stuff. But if every fight is a 50-50, like, you want to minimize the amount of fights you have because you're going to be fighting a good player every single time. And so that gets kind of boring. But I get that that's a benefit for a bad player because they're used to winning fights 5% of the time or 10%. And now it's 50% because they're playing against other bad players. But I don't know. I think it just makes everything watered down, especially with the battle royale where the whole, like a lot of the fun is that you just never know what will happen. You don't know if the person you're about to fight is going to be really good or really bad. And I just feel like there's so many tools to improve at every game these days that if you really actually care about the game and want to get better, you can just get better. Like I just don't feel like it's something where there's like all these. Yeah, I just don't feel like there's like this thing where there's all these people that are bad at games that just can never get better at games. Like there's just so many tools out there and so many, there's so many YouTube videos and streamers and all these things and that you can do to learn and improve. But I get why developers do it. They make more money if they just do skill-based matchmaking, which sucks.
That's absolutely. It is. I mean, I don't see it as a thing that's going away. But I've seen in like Twitter replies that there are a lot of people in favor of it.
I hate that. It pisses me off.
That's what I'm saying.
For a very
that's
small
my
majority
standing
of the
on
community,
it.
though, right?
I get that people are in favor of it, but that's just how I feel on it.
Like as content creators, we obviously represent a very, very small majority of online gaming.
Definitely.
And I obviously
we're in like a niche.
Skill-based matchmaking makes our jobs harder per se when we're running into people who are just sweating their fucking scrotes off the whole time, but the people that we're playing against don't give a shit about making YouTube videos. They're just playing the game. So, I mean, it's
we're in kind of a niche thing where, like, people that are like esports players, like professional players, like competitive players, they don't mind it. They want to play against other people their skill level in the best players. They want to play the best players.
Right.
Then there's people below us. They just want to play the game casually and not play against really good players. We're in this kind of middle ground where like we're good players, but we don't want to play against other good players all the time because it's boring. Like when you play against the best players in a game, the game gets boiled down to like a very simplistic version. Like with Call of Duty, like if you're going to really compete at the top level or something with Call of Duty, you're going to play against good players. You're restricted to using the best 3 guns in the game and, you know, the best couple equipment and perks. Like it takes the game and what you can do with it and just limits it. And that's why it sucks from like a content creator perspective. It's just, especially like with Fortnite too, like Fortnite, you couldn't mess around as much anymore because the second you did something goofy, like and some sweaty kid came up on you, like you're trying to have fun. He's there to just play as serious as possible. And you just get punished every time trying to have fun.
Yeah.
I think Call of Duty could really benefit from like a server list, custom servers. You know, if somebody creates a custom game where like M4s and MP5s are just not there, like that kind of shit could be cool, especially for what we do. Like we can make custom lobbies of random game types. We can make what is the one where the guns? Is it gun game?
Gun game, yeah, gun game or sharpshooter. Sharpshooter is the one where every
Sharpshooter is what I'm thinking.
Yeah, you're thinking sharpshooter.
They're like you just have random classes. They just every like 30 seconds they swap or whatever. That shit's so cool. I would love to play like S&D like that. Could you imagine?
That actually be
you're
pretty
about
sick.
to line up this awesome kill and then you switch over to a fucking I don't know.
You're about to you're about to snipe someone, then it switches over to a shotgun, and you're like looking at him across the map. That actually would be sick, but.
And they've taken that away. Like COD 4 had that on PC. That was my first experience with online COD. Was COD 4 on PC, and it was just serverless. They had custom servers where it was like 24/7 crash. And they could modify those servers. Why did that go away? Why did theater mode go away?
That one I'll never understand. Every game has it, and every game benefits from it. Like everybody posts.
Modern Warfare is now what 3 trigabytes, and it doesn't have fucking theater mode on it.
Yeah, compression's coming. Don't worry, they're gonna.
So now we're down to 2 terabytes.
By the time this is out, there will be compressed files.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah. I don't understand how it doesn't have theater mode. Like everybody uploads clips to their Instagrams, TikTok, Twitter, like YouTube, all this stuff. Like it only helps your game. I don't understand it. Like I get that. Yeah. I don't know. I guess with Call of Duty, they always seem to have issues with like it making the game lag or something.
Well, yeah, I was
people
gonna
complain
say,
about that, but I
think their argument is like there being performance issues in the game, but then also these days it's so much easier to capture your footage. I mean,
true.
Like, PlayStation and Xbox have ways where you can say record
Xbox record that.
Exactly.
I
PlayStation
don't know if
has
anybody
it as
would
well.
use theater mode for though, as much as they would do it for the cinematic stuff that we used to.
Yeah, and that once again we're in the minority where like that's great to have.
Yeah, it still
the cinematic
benefits
stuff.
them though. It still benefits them. Like I don't know.
It does.
Like
but
Fortnite has it, and they did it, and they did a good job with it, and a lot of people use it, and there's a lot of like crazy montage clips and videos and stuff that got made, and like it made a lot of my videos better, which was one of the big reasons I feel like that game helped blow up. Obviously not my videos individually, but everybody's videos being as good as they could be. And even with Fortnite, even the developers, they use the theater mode to like make their little trailers, like for when they have like new stuff coming out or like a new map or whatever, or a new item. Like they use the in-game theater mode to make their little trailers.
I
don't know.
Yeah,
I want theater mode. Put theater mode back in Modern Warfare. Give it to us.
Because Black Ops 4 had theater, and
Every Black Ops game had it.
I don't remember there being any performance issues on it, but
Every Black Ops game had it,
as...
and then Infinity Ward quit doing it after like MW3. Like I don't think Ghost had it.
Yeah, Ghost didn't have it.
I don't think Infinite Warfare had it.
I think
remember
it's
that
always
being
been
a big thing with us.
hasn't it not?
Well, Modern Warfare 3 had it.
Yeah.
Which was Infinity Ward.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But that, like I was saying, since then it hasn't been back. I don't
Was
think.
that Infinity Ward or was that?
That was Infinity Ward.
That was Infinity Ward.
I thought that was Raven's first game.
Raven and Sledgehammer
Raven
used to
helped.
help with the games, both games.
Oh, okay.
And then it was in like 2014 or something when they switched and made it so that way Raven would do their own game, or not. Sledgehammer would do their own game. Sledgehammer did Advanced Warfare. Then Ravenclaw Studios, or what is that? What it's called? Raven Studios, Ravenclaw Studios.
Yeah, Raven.
Raven did Modern Warfare Remastered, which I'm hearing the next Call of Duty apparently is supposed to be just called Call of Duty Black Ops again.
It's Call of Duty Black Ops like Vietnam.
I heard it was going to be
something
called
like
Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, but then I saw something literally
Cold
just
War,
like
that's it.
Yeah, but I saw something. I saw something literally
Black Ops.
yesterday that said it's just going to be called Call of Duty Black Ops, like that people have.
Well, that's all COD 4 was called. It was just Call of Duty Modern Warfare. It was just Call of Duty 4.
It was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare.
Yeah,
But the
now
original
it's
Call of
Modern
Duty,
Warfare.
the original Call of Duty Black Ops was just called Call of Duty Black Ops.
Right.
So I don't.
Yeah.
Apparently they're doing it again. That's what I saw, like literally just yesterday. Like I heard the
I'm
Cold
fine
War
with
thing
that.
too, Brock, but I think they've simplified it to just be called Call of Duty Black Ops again.
That's
so
fine
now,
with me. I don't care.
so you have Call of
Whatever it's
Duty,
called.
you have Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered, and then Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and you have Call of Duty Black Ops, and Call of Duty Black Ops. So.
Which
Yeah.
would you
Into
rather
2,
play
3,
out
and
of
4.
those?
Out
I'd
of
probably
those?
play Call of Duty Black Ops over
Probably the original.
Call of Duty Black Ops.
Oh, yeah, true. I prefer Modern Warfare over any of the other Modern Warfares. Except for Modern Warfare 3, maybe. There's a lot of Modern Warfare happening.
There is.
Yeah.
So modern. All right, so now that
So
we're talking about
modern.
Call of Duty and YouTube and stuff, Brock, let's go down a very long list. What is your favorite variation of your names that you have done in the past?
I don't even remember all of them. I remember the original B&B Enterprises, Not Fuzzy
Yeah,
Dumb
so
Up, and Moo Snuckel. Were there more? I don't remember.
Well, I had.
Oh yeah, there was all the rap names that he did that had Moo in them.
Well, I had. So I started with B&B Enterprises, which was I took from the TV show The Wire. If you guys haven't seen that, it's fantastic.
Have not.
So that was like a name, like of a pretty much like a front business. They kind of started to turn into a legitimate business towards the end of season 3. Anyways, went too
Yes,
far
of
right
course.
there. So yeah, it was called B&B Enterprises, and then I switched to I just switched my gamer tag to Not Fuzzy Dunlop.
Right.
Kept
Can't switch the YouTube channel.
yeah, didn't change the YouTube channel back then. And then I was like, I don't even know, like I don't know why I thought that would be a good idea to change it to Moo Snuckel.
I don't know, but I'm so glad you did.
So I want to ask, like seriously, because now you are known as Moo Snuckel. Your YouTube channel is still B&B Enterprises, right?
Yeah, it has a vanity URL with Moo Snuckel though.
Moo Snuckel.
Do you which of those do you regret more?
Yeah.
I guess it's a nice way of
I
asking.
mean, you get to go just by Moo now, which is good.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
Moo is good.
Just yeah.
But then people
I would
ask, why are you
say-
called Moo?
And it's a
I'd
moose, not a
say
cow.
B&B Enterprises, I regret more.
Really?
Yeah. Just because it's a dumb name.
Yeah, but,
everyone's
slang for a
I mean,
pussy
so
is
many-
totally fine.
So many people, people have dumb channel names when they start out. I
Yeah,
feel
like Big Jiggly Panda. Like that was so
Yeah.
stupid.
Yeah, Wild C4
W1LDC4T43, all right? Get it fucking
Lay
right.
off.
Way off, pal.
Scott still might be the worst. Alpha Squad HD.
I forgot about that. Alpha Squad HD.
That was the thing back
Was
then.
that from,
though,
like,
is to have
Battlefield or
HD
something?
in your channel.
Yeah, you had to
Yeah,
let
it was
them
about
know.
having sick channels with the little like Cinema 4D intros.
Oh yeah, Brock had some of those. I saw those on some of your past videos.
Uh-huh.
This nice cinema. I mean, I
Never
had
had
one.
one
It
of
was
those.
mine was atrocious. It was so bad. I found it on like some template site or something, and really all it was the same motion graphics, but it just had text on it, and the text was like https://youtube.com/user/w1ldc1440. It was the ugliest thing ever.
You know where
It's
to
like,
find
man,
me.
what a dope intro, dude. That gets people jazzed to watch my videos, dude. And that's some shitty, terrible, like, royalty-free dubstep. It's like, it was awful.
Oh,
Awful.
man.
Somebody, we'll show it on the podcast. Bring it up. Just go back, look at any of
Yeah.
my old terrible videos and show that first 15 seconds. It is horrendous.
Oh my god.
We all had those. Why were those a thing? They were so
I
bad.
don't know.
I think it it made you look official.
Yeah.
Because Machinima had theirs.
Exactly. Yeah, Machinima had theirs.
But theirs was like,
Just a little.
well done. Yeah,
Go
just
figure. Professional.
Yeah, but back then you're like, that shit's whack, dude. Just a little M comes up, spins around. Nah,
boring.
dude, I'm gonna have explosions and like shards of crystals are gonna come in and spiral and make my logo like with my favorite fucking dubstep song. My intro's gonna be way cooler.
And then cut to an intro that sounds like, "Hey guys, we're back here for this week's commentary."
This badass, loud ass music, and then it's the worst mic quality ever with fuzzy like 360p dazzle quality video footage. Recorded with theater mode.
I had Brock, AKA, because that was my thing for a little bit.
Yeah, you're like, I'm
in
Brock,
my commentaries,
AKA.
I'd say it's Brock, AKA, and then I'd have a different nickname every time.
What was the one? What was the one I just watched? I just watched one of the videos, and you said Brock, AKA the something. I gotta remember. I'm gonna pull it up right now. I'm gonna find it.
I was always a fan of Schoolboy Moo.
Yeah, that's one that I'm pretty proud of.
I just pulled up your intro. Hold on. I just want to hear Brock, AKA. It is Brock, AKA the 2-bar beast. Here, listen. You guys can hear it. Listen. Hold on. Listen. It is Brock, AKA the 2-bar beast.
Can hardly hear it.
Oh, my bad.
It happens,
Brock, the 2-bar beast.
I didn't have good internet. Not as
Listen,
bad as yours.
I was the one.
Started.
You were the 2-bar beast. I was the 1-bar warrior. All right.
The 1-bar warrior.
You had both. You didn't want to see both of us in the same game. Felt like you were getting lag switched. Lag compensation.
So that was like so after a while of that, I always had Moo Snuckel as my thing in videos, and I was like, people aren't gonna know who I am because in videos I have a different name than my YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, I guess I should just switch my YouTube channel to Moo Snuckel because that makes sense. So
made perfect sense back then.
There.
Yeah,
because like that was like right when you could actually you could integrate it with your Google Plus.
Oh
and
God,
have your Google Plus name.
Dude.
So I made a Google Plus of Moo Snuckel.
What a disaster!
Put it in my YouTube. I'm still paying the price for that one. it's a mess.
Oh my God.
Well, after you became Moo, when did you realize that it was time for Moo to go full time? Because you were moving pianos back then. I remember that all the time. We were like, man, is Brock around to play today? No, Brock's moving a piano to like fucking Wyoming, dog.
I missed out on some good stuff.
Sorry, I guys can't play today. I got a baby grand to move at 4.
Yeah, I missed out on some good sessions, and like I remember there was a DLC for Black Ops 2 that I missed out on. I was pretty bummed. It was like 2015, I think.
Still holding
when
that
I went
grudge,
full
I
time.
see.
What?
Brock's still holding that grudge. He's like, I remember that DLC idea.
I do. I remember it was when like Summit was on it. I really was looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, the remake of Summit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was I think it was 2015 when I like started dating my wife again because we had dated previously, and it was like
this is a funny sentence. Dating my wife again.
Me
and my wife weren't on good terms there for a couple years. We were,
I mean, because we were just friends for like we dated, and broke up, and we were like friends for a long time. I mean, I think like by the time we'd gotten married, we had known each other like 10 years.
It's a long time.
So, yeah. I mean, we were friends for a long time after we had originally dated and broke up. But once I started dating her again and it was getting serious, I was like, I don't have time to do a full-time job, run a YouTube channel, and have a girlfriend. So I was like, I guess
you gotta go, bitch.
So yeah, I was like, I guess I should probably decide if I want to take the jump into doing YouTube full-time. And yeah,
it's a scary leap.
It is.
What year was that? Was that 12?
He said 2015 for him.
Yeah, 2015.
To go full time. I think I went full time like end of 2014, beginning of 2015.
It was like right around this time. It was like probably July, like the start of July, that I decided to do it.
Yeah. Well,
I think next week is 4 years for me.
4 years
Middle
for
June.
you. I don't know when I technically went full
The
time.
finger to Staples.
Was this
Office Depot.
Office Depot.
Office Depot, yeah.
It's all the same shit.
Doesn't matter. They can both. They can both.
I couldn't say that when I worked there, but now I can. Fuck it, you guys are all the same. I'd have people walk into my store while I'm wearing an Office Depot shirt. They'd be like, "Hey, this is Staples, right?" And I'd be like, "Yeah, what you looking for?" I mean, if you miss the 30-foot sign as you're walking in the building that says Office Depot, and then ask me, "This is Staples, right?" I can't help you. So
You just
over
cover you just cover the logo on your chest.
yeah,
Yes.
Oh yeah, welcome to. What did you say we were? Oh yeah, welcome to Home Depot. I got that one a lot.
Home
yeah,
Depot,
for sure,
Office
I bet.
Depot, and Home Depot. He's
It's
typed
all
in.
the same.
Yeah.
Office is in the home, right? So it's Office Depot.
It's a home office
It's
depot.
the Home
yeah.
Office Depot. Yeah.
Right.
I
You
get
can
it.
buy your
That's a
2x4s
good idea.
next to your staplers.
Brock, that's a good idea. That's a very niche store no one's thought of. The Home Office Depot.
Hey, everyone's working from home these days, so
True. If we ever need it, well, I mean, what good is a Home Office Depot if you're not going to leave your home office to go to the depot? Yeah.
dang.
I'm trying to think when I went. I guess I technically started doing it as a job in like end of 2013 because that's when I quit doing the security thing. But I was still going to school full time. So then I quit going to school end of 2014, beginning of 2015. So I don't know technically when I would say I went full time, but probably 2015 when it was like the only thing I was
would
doing.
say full time would be the moment when it became your employment.
Then that was like
Wasn't
end of
effective stuff.
2013.
Shit, yeah, you've been killing it then. Almost 7 years.
Yeah, it's a long time. We've been doing this a long time. What Brock? What is your favorite point or like time period of us doing YouTube? Like, what was the golden years in your eyes? Whether just for fun or just whatever for whatever reason.
Just earlier today, you said you missed the 3-minute era.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Which
back
is
then
fair.
that was the
That was
meta.
what?
That was Black Ops 2 and beginning of GTA. You would upload like 3-minute videos.
That was like when funny moments really started, like the little.
That was
there were,
when-
like, mini montages.
that was when
Little
Nanners-
montages.
Yeah.
And it was like each video had like a specific theme. Like you would save all your clips of like ninja diffuses, so you had a ninja diffuse video.
Right.
Mm-hmm. All your kill cams, all your
whereas
fails,
now, yeah, cutoffs, stuff like that. So it's like
miss cutoffs.
I
miss them so bad.
some gene cutoffs. Ooh.
We need to have some sort of like Discord app installed or something that registers when we die in like Modern Warfare. It'll cut us off. That would be amazing. It just auto mutes when it detects that you die in the game. That would be crazy. Bring back the
I would
cutoffs.
say, yeah. I mean, like Black Ops 2 was good. I think right at like maybe GTA, like the start of the GTA, like Gmod era might have been the best because
All the sandbox stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
because it was like we kind of boxed ourselves in with just Call of Duty, and then having this whole new world opened up was. I mean, I remember playing
It's very
Prop Hunt
freeing.
the first time.
Yeah.
I had so much fun.
What is this new world?
I remember one of my first prop hunt videos. One of my first prop hunt videos on my channel. I had Facecam for whatever reason. I don't know why I decided that was the video I had Facecam on, but I did. And I was slamming some pretzels the whole time we were recording it. I had them in a bag over here, and I'm just like knocking them out while we're playing prop hunt. I don't know why I remember that so specifically, but I had to crush half a bag while we were playing.
Here's I should say this is one of the pet peeves going back. When we play Prop Hunt, everyone's like, if you would have just stayed there, you would have won.
Oh, in
That's
the comments.
not the thing we try to do. It's
No,
I
you
don't care about winning a game. I care about messing with like the hunters and like no, you don't want to just sit there. That's boring. So that's one
It's a
thing I
risk
wanna
reward.
address.
It's a risk reward.
Exactly.
You risk getting caught for the reward of a really hilarious clip of like doing something.
Humiliating your
Yeah,
friends.
yeah, exactly. People don't get that.
of making someone look stupid.
Anybody can play
I
prop
get-
hunt, sit in a corner, and then win, and never say a word, and just be a little boring little shit. All right, but
I
that's
get comments
not
all
how
the
you get
time
the
about
views.
like, wow, Panda's really bad at this game. And I'm like, you must be new here. Like,
I'm not
that
bad
is
at
my
this
whole
game.
shtick.
I'm bad at all games.
Yeah, right. Like, he's bad at this game. It's like, is this my first video that you've seen? It must be.
But yeah, I would say the start of like GTA and Gmod, I look back probably the fondest.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like Black Ops 2 was a lot of fun. It was just fun just getting on every night and just being stupid. Like we didn't have really a plan,
said,
just going in.
I don't want to sound like, oh, that was the golden years and everything sucks, because I'm still having fun. I think there's times where everyone goes through where it's like you kind of just are doing it to do it, but
Still a job at the end of the day.
yeah, it is.
You get
it is a
burnt out
job.
from time to time, but you still do it just because, like, you know, it's what we do. We make videos, and you don't want to. It's for both reasons. Both, like, it's our job and we have to do it to make money, but also, like, I still feel obligated a lot of times to make videos when I don't want to, just because, like, I know there are people that look forward to, like, a video from me, like, every day. And even if I'm not doing every day, like, I'm like, oh, I feel bad. I want to, like, get a video out there, but.
Right. Yeah, I kind of put myself into a corner with doing a face cam on everything, because if there's ever a day where I don't even feel like I look like I'm enjoying myself, I can't record. It's just because it shows, people will reflect on that. They'll be like, wow, you look like you're dying. And I'll be like, well, I felt like I was.
Like it.
So
You see who I'm playing with? I've been playing with Nogla for 3 hours. Of course I'm dying.
Are you dead set then on, like, every video face cam? Like, why not just do some without sometimes? Or is it just, do you get comments and people get angry or something? Have you tried it?
I've tried it a couple times, and immediately people are like, where's the fucking face cam?
Yeah.
And
'Cause,
that's,
like,
Bring it back.
that's the thing that I've never cared about, like in videos or streams. And I do think with like some people, it definitely adds to it.
Mhm.
But I know for myself, I'm not one of those people. Like I would just be staring at a screen, and there would just be a camera on me. Like so like for me, it's just like I know that doesn't fit with me.
I started it when I was raging a lot, and people wanted to see it. But I'm also, like, very visual, I guess, with my reactions and my comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, especially with my solo stuff.
Like, your laugh is funny, but it's even
reactions aren't
funnier to
even
watch me
vocal.
laugh.
Yeah. Your laugh is funny, but it's even funnier to watch the laugh happening. Like, so that's
a double-edged sword.
Yeah.
It benefits me, but the days where I don't want to record and I don't have any other content to upload, it's like, I'm just not going to upload the day. Like, I'm not going to force it, because it shows so much more. I can fake my voice. I can't fake my face.
So I don't do face cam for kind of the same reason. Basically, like, when you do face cam, essentially you're breaking the fourth wall. So, like, if you don't have face cam, you can kind of envision me talking as the character in the game. Because you don't see my face as the distraction. Once you do face cam, you break that fourth wall, and now it's me playing a game, and there's a character in the game. There's, like, it kind of makes that disconnect. So if you're going to make that disconnect, it's got to be worth it. For me, I don't feel like me doing face cam would be funnier than imagining me as the character in the game, because that's just, I don't know, it's just something I feel like I do really well. I make a bunch of stupid voices and say a bunch of dumb stuff, and I just think it's funnier if you think that that's the character in the game. Whereas Anthony, you're a lot of, like, raging, laughing, you know, just big reactions, and that's really funny to see your face when that happens, more so than just your character, because none of the characters in the game are going to show as much emotion as you will in person. So that's to anybody out there who's, like, struggling, who's also making YouTube videos or streaming or whatever, wondering whether they should do face cam or not. That's kind of, in my opinion, like, the rule. Like, know that doing it is breaking the fourth wall, and if you're going to do that, it has to add. Yeah, exactly. It has to add, or else you're basically ruining the immersion for nothing. Mm-hmm. Right. Like, if I were to do role-playing stuff, you know, people do, like, the GTA role-playing, I wouldn't do face cam for that, because I want me to be the character on screen. And almost anybody who does GTA role playing, most of them don't have face cam. And if they do, it would be weird to me. But some of them do it and it still works though. Some of them do the GTA role playing with face cam and it works though, because, like, they're kind of as far as streaming, because they're, like, kind of having, like, a side, like, joke, I guess, with their chat of, like, they're laughing with their chat about the ridiculous stuff that's happening while they're role playing, and then they go back into role play mode, then they come back and laugh about it, you know, like, they kind of have that back and forth. But so one example of this is, do you remember Tobuscus, Toby Games? Remember him? So he's, like, I don't know, he's kind of fallen off. I don't want to talk shit, but this is just the reality of it. The dude used to be super popular in, like, 2011, 2012, doing, like, Skyrim and Minecraft, and his videos didn't have face cam. And I always thought his videos were super entertaining because of just how involved with the characters he got, and, like, his comedy was based off the stuff that was happening in the game. Well, I forget when it happened, something around like end of 2012 or 2013, he started doing face cam, And in my eyes, it just completely ruined it for me. Like I couldn't watch it. It wasn't enjoyable to me anymore because now I saw him doing it, and it was way funnier when I thought it was the character in the game making and saying all the things that he was doing.
Right. That's why I loved about Critical's old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
When Charlie was just doing like silly, just stupid games that he would find.
Yeah.
I don't even know where the fuck he found these games.
The depths of the internet, dude.
You're just immersed in this stuff. So.
I remember the first Critical I found. It was you guys sharing it.
Was it Facade? The Facade video? That one was really funny.
Was that like a house party type thing?
Yeah, the game's called Facade. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
yeah. There was that one. There was like a game where he's like a bear driving a car and there's like shit flying around in the car. There was so many funny games that I remember him playing. But yeah.
He's still killing it.
I don't know. I think the like kind of looping back into like starting out as YouTube, I think that's the thing is like you have to find what works for you
and what you're good at.
Yeah, and like just kind of I think you should always be evolving, but you just have to get to something that you're comfortable with at the same time.
Right. What do you think your future is with YouTube? How far do you see yourself going with it? Or do you plan on doing gaming forever? Do you think you'll ever transition and do more something else?
I don't see myself transitioning. Because like personally, I'm not a fan of vlogs. Like I don't watch any vlogs at all, hardly. Yeah. So like, I don't see myself doing that, and like I also don't enjoy being on camera, so it doesn't really.
I couldn't tell.
Add up. So it's like, that's probably like, I would say I just do video games. Pretty much just ride it till the wheels fall off.
Yeah. I'm with that, but I'm also like I've like some some of us have gotten like interested in like other side projects, like Evan with music, and like Craig is doing music and stuff too, and like I've got some side projects and stuff going on. Like, is there any of that kind of thing that you're like interested in? Maybe like another side hobby that maybe you would feel like investing more time in or something, or is it really just fully just interested in just continuing doing YouTube? Because I mean, obviously it is very fun and we all really enjoy it and we want to keep doing it. Like I want to keep doing it as long as I can, but there's other things that I want to do alongside it.
When you're a family man too, though, so I understand
that's exactly
true.
That's what I was gonna say. Is like, it would have to be something that I'd like. Either I'd have to kind of pull back on how much I'm putting in on YouTube, or I guess I could have like a channel manager and editor and stuff. But I would have to do that, or else I would have zero time to spend with my family. So I haven't put a ton of thought into like what else to do, but that's just me.
Are there any games that like you wish we could play, or like that we were playing that we're not, or like, I don't know, games you want to see in the future? Like I don't know, just different kind of content, maybe still gaming wise, but branching into
Golf It.
Anthony, I have told you so many times I will play Golf It with you.
I know, I'm using your voice right now to amplify it to this other motherfucker. I don't want to play anything if it ain't fun for my viewers to watch. Which means he doesn't want to play it because he doesn't want to play it.
I was having a conversation with Brian about Mario Kart the other day.
Yeah.
I still love playing Mario Kart.
Despite it's not with him.
Despite what the things I say in the game, that's different. But I do enjoy
things the other day playing gun game that I don't think I've heard in years. It was great.
it was
once again, that's with Brian. Shocking.
Yeah. I see a trend here.
I mean, that goes back to me saying like, I love Brian. Just so like when I get mad at Brian in games, it's not real.
It's earned. He did something to earn it.
Deserved.
It's not just blind rage. He earned that.
I mean, the man calls himself the Terrorizer.
Yeah.
Other games, I think something that I've thought about is like more in like the streaming aspect of games.
Because you like all sorts of like, you like Spider-Man, for example.
Yeah, I see you always talking about playing like a lot of single player games that you don't ever like record or post videos of. Like, I feel like that's something that you could stream more.
And that was that kind of the games that I have played without recording. It's kind of like me trying to get back that feeling that we talked about earlier, like where you're just playing a game like all night and like I want to do it for myself. So like I almost started streaming God of War, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna do this one for me.
Yeah, I got you.
Like I got it for Christmas like 2 years ago, and I like hadn't ever had time to play it, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it, and I like platinumed it. It was great.
Dominated that shit.
Yeah, and it's seriously great game. But yeah, like that and Spider-Man. I streamed some Spider-Man, but it's something that it's like it's good to just, for me personally, to use video games as an escape. That is what I used to do before I started doing it as a job.
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of recapture that feeling.
Yeah, we talked about that with Cypher last episode about like, with all the quarantine stuff going on, like our escape used to be video games, but now that we do it as a job, like it's hard, like now that we're trapped inside, like video games is not an escape, like, so we're, struggling to find other things to do, but
do you ever feel that guilt, Brock? Like, I don't even know what I would call it, like creator's guilt? Like, do you ever play a game in the back of your mind? You're like, recording all this shit. I mean, that's why I can't casually play games anymore.
That's the thing is like, even when I'm playing those games, I turn on my Elgato just in case something funny happens.
Right.
And then it's like,
then there's like that unconscious thing in the back.
Yeah, exactly. And so it is hard. And like the funny thing is like, there'll be times where I'm like, I won't do that, and something funny actually will happen, and that's like, oh man,
right, I
should have recorded that. And then it's like, no, that's kind of why I'm doing this. And it's hard. It is hard to like let that go and to.
I have that a lot too, because like even with streaming, like I'll be like, oh man, I want it, like Skyrim. Like I never beat Skyrim. I played a good bit of it and I got pretty well far through it, but I never actually fully beat the game. And I'm just like thinking, I'm like, man, I would really like to do that, but like, when am I going to do it? I don't really see myself making like videos on it, but I could do it on stream. But the problem is, I know that if I do it on stream, like once I start the game on stream, like say I do a 3-hour stream or like the beginning or whatever, I'm not going to want to play the game off stream because I'm going to be like, oh, I should continue the stream where I left off. And so now I'm pigeonholed into streaming only Skyrim for however long it takes me to finish that 100-hour monstrosity of a fucking game. And so then instead I'm just like, I just won't start it at all. Like, and then there's like Zelda Breath of the Wild I wanted to play, but the same kind of reason. So I guess a little bit of that guilt ties in.
Yeah.
Huh?
That's where I'm at with Pokemon, like Sword and Shield. I haven't even started it yet because I told myself I wanted to stream it.
Yep.
It was 7 months ago it came out, and I haven't even fucking opened the package.
Yeah.
Like, it's just because I'm afraid that if I play it and enjoy myself, but don't capitalize on that because of what I do for a living, that I'm missing opportunities. I don't know. It's just like this weird fear. Like any other job, like when I was selling printers to old people, when I clocked out, I didn't go home and be like, man, all this time I'm using on my computer, I could have just been training a better salesman to sell printers. Like, it's just, I don't know. It's a weird thing.
Yeah.
That happened with me in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I started it on stream. I was like, okay, I'm not going to play it until I am back on stream. And then it was like, but I kind of just want to play it. And so like I was like, I'll do side missions. And then it was just like, screw this. I'm just not going to stream it anymore. So that kind of helped me. Like,
I mean, I wish I could do that, but I can't do that. Like, I don't know. It's just stupid stuff that gets in my head. Makes you think about, I don't know.
That's the thing about our profession. We spend a lot of time at home alone in our head.
Like yeah. There's a lot of
being afraid of not recording a game.
There's a lot of guilt and anxiety that comes along with like what you were just like. That's a good term, like content, like creator's guilt or whatever. Like playing a game and then not actually creating something from it. Like that's unheard of. Why would we do that? What a waste of time. That's so stupid. And the whole time we're doing it, like, man, I could have been streaming this or I could have been doing this. But there's also like, I feel guilty like relaxing on a Sunday. Like, I'm like, there's no emails to respond to. No company is going to reply on a Sunday. They don't work on Sundays. Like,
nope.
I could stream or something. I could stream or something, but I streamed all throughout the rest of the week. I already uploaded my video. Nobody's around to record because everybody else is doing Sunday stuff. I'm like, all I need to do right now is relax, but I just can't. I'm like, I feel like I should be doing something. This is like I'm wasting my time.
That's something that like I had to work on with Lauren is like, because when we were dating and first got married and stuff, I was still on the normal YouTube schedule of you're working nonstop. And it got to a point where she was like, that's not going to work. Like, so now I mean, you guys know I don't record on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And like, there's still days where it's like, oh man, I really should probably be getting something done right now. And it's like, I can't work right. And it's hard. Like, so there is like that mentality.
There's
of
no
like,
clocking out with this.
Exactly.
Like, there's no clocking out.
No.
But it is something that I think people should try to do. It's just really hard.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So no games specifically that you can think of that you want to play that we aren't playing? Because I'm trying to think of like, I don't know.
There's
I
always
guess I Sea of Thieves, man. It was fun.
Yeah,
I just don't know.
Fun
streaming game.
Yeah, I just don't. Yeah, but I don't know. There's so many games that could be fun streaming games, and that's why it makes it hard to choose one. But
There's a lot of games that I see that would be like fun one-off videos.
Mm-hmm.
And my Sea of Thieves video did well, and people asked for more. I mean, will it perform as well as some of my other like hit videos? Probably not, but.
And sometimes with stuff like that,
I need something to make me enjoy it.
Yeah, sometimes with stuff like that, you have to take the initial hit, of it getting less views in the beginning. But if you do enough of it and people start to catch on and people are like specifically looking for Sea of Thieves and stuff, maybe that's not a good example because Sea of Thieves is a little like, I don't think it has as much hype now as it did when it first came out. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it does. Yeah. But like people will stumble upon it and it'll grow. And if it's really something that a lot of people want to see, like it'll start off lower views just because people aren't used to it or people don't know that they want it. And then over time, but it's hard to figure that out, though.
Then they'll see
of Thieves.
I think it kind of had a bit of a resurgence.
Yeah, I think they've added, like they've done a lot to like improve the game. I feel like.
Yeah,
I think that's all thanks to Summit.
Really? Because I didn't play much of the game in the beginning, but I just heard a lot of people saying that they felt like it was kind of lacking or just kind of like monotonous or repetitive. But
I only really played it in the beta, but I had fun.
Yeah.
But that, I mean, it is. It's like that is one thing I think some people are scared of is trying new things because the videos typically don't do great.
Yeah.
Because people want to see what they know.
I like trying new things, but I have to be like super interested in it. So like Sea of Thieves, like, yeah, sure. I'm sure it is pretty fun. And, maybe the videos will do well down the line. But for me, it's just like, I'm not that interested in it. Like, it has to be something I'm super, super interested for me to be like, all right, I'll take the hit. Don't care if the videos aren't going to do well. I'm going to have so much fun. And because I'm having so much fun, I know eventually people will catch on and like this. But right now, I feel like there's not really any games right now that are kind of doing that for me. I want GTA 6. It's going to take 4 more years.
I was going to say, I'm
so sad.
Well, I've been trying to revisit older stuff. I mean, a lot of it is 1 or 2 off things. But if there's, if there's 10, 15 games that we can get 1 or 2 things off of, that's at least something to keep me going while we wait for a new COD season or for... What else have we been playing? Has it just been COD? I feel like that's all we've been playing as a group recently.
I've been playing COD, and then GTA with Courage has been fun because like he's super new to it, so it's like kind of reintroducing him to all the things that we experienced like years ago. And so like it's kind of like us kind of reliving some nostalgic moments and getting to see him react the way we did like the first time. And then obviously, I mean, GTA is just random stuff happens all the time. Like you can just be walking around and the game is just a constant distraction. So there's always funny moments that pop up with that. But so Minecraft, I want to get back into Minecraft and do stuff, but I just don't know what to do with that game. Just because like vanilla Minecraft has been like done to death. But I feel like once you start doing mods, you start kind of splitting off people's interests. Like, people are like only interested in seeing vanilla Minecraft, or it's like a mod they don't understand or have never seen before. They're like, this is stupid. Like, what is this? So I don't know what to do with that game fully, but I don't know. A lot of waiting on other games. Yeah, Pixelmon. Yeah, Pixelmon, but
I don't know.
Yeah, it's like,
Solo.
I don't know what it is.
It's Pokemon Minecraft. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
There's like little pixel Pokemons running around. You got to catch them. Got to catch them all.
I was going to say, you probably have to catch them all.
You got to catch all of them. Every single one
of them, actually.
Yeah. Yeah. So has your daughter? I've noticed she played some Brave. You did a video with her. Yeah. So is she becoming a gamer? You gonna get her? Is she gonna be a gamer? Are you gonna train her to be an elite athlete
at all? So like Lauren hates games. Like I mean she doesn't hate them. She's just not interested in them at all.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's not going to be something that I push on my daughter. But if she's interested, I'm not going to like make her not play him.
Mm-hmm.
But that was one that was like seriously so spur of the moment. Like my wife was stuck outside talking to our neighbor, and so she let my daughter in, and she like snuck downstairs, and like seriously, like the way that she like poked her head in the door, she's like, I know I'm not supposed to be here, but here I am. And so I had downloaded Brave. I mean, you know me, I love free stuff, so it was one of the I mean, I do. It was one of the Xbox like games with gold, like free games. And I was like, maybe one day she'll like that. And so I had that, and I was like, let's just play it.
Did she watch the movie first?
Yeah, she loves the movie because she likes bears, and the mom turns into a bear in that. And so
wow,
like,
spoilers.
Well, that's the start of the movie.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I haven't seen it, so I just don't spoil the whole thing for me. Don't spoil the whole thing for me.
8-year-old movie.
Yeah.
It's probably longer than that. But, and so I was like, yeah, let's just play it. And so I was just playing it. I wasn't recording it, just having fun with her. And she was being so funny. I was like, I got to record this just like to show Lauren. And then like I showed her, and she was like, you should make that a video. That's really funny. And so I went with it. And it still felt weird uploading it, but
yeah, what was the reaction? Yeah, say people like it. I'm sure they did, but
yeah.
Are you gonna do more?
I'm not planning on it, but that's the thing, is that was so organic the way it happened. I don't want to like, okay,
yeah,
let's go play some.
All right,
games.
it's time for you to clock in. Come on, you're on the clock.
Quit crying!
Today.
It's time to record.
I know you don't want to record right now. I don't either. Come on.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing you.
So I don't have anything planned at the moment, but if it happens, then I'll probably record it.
You just have her come on, and you guys play like Mortal Kombat or something, just incredibly just not appropriate. That would not be good. Don't do that. Don't do that. I'm curious, have there ever been any moments where like you've yelled or like screamed or shouted or something, or been really loud while recording, and she like asked you about it afterwards, or like she was concerned?
That Lauren asked me about it?
No, your daughter.
No.
She hears, like, she'll hear me yell, and she'll just say that, like, oh, that's daddy. And like, so like she doesn't, I don't think she's ever been like scared, because like my office is like in the basement and stuff. So it's far enough away that it's not like loud to her.
Okay.
But there are times that she can hear me, and
does she know
funny.
that that's like you working, or does she like sometimes daddy goes in his room and he just yells like crazy? like, that room, that's daddy's crazy loud room.
I don't think she understands like what work is.
Yeah.
But she does know that when I come downstairs, it's to go to work. So it's like, I mean, that's what, like whenever I go downstairs for whatever reason, you go to work?
Yeah.
No, not today, but so that is one thing, is like she kind of gets it, but not really.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's one thing I'm trying to like think of, like, when at some point I have kids, like, like I'm gonna be worried about my yelling and be like, okay, daddy goes in there, he goes to work. Daddy's work is brutal, all right? So, you're gonna hear some things. I'm going to battle, all right?
Daddy's going to the front lines.
Yeah. These 13-year-old kids, these 13-year-old kids on Call of Duty don't know daddy's on his way. They have no idea what they're in for. What's something you learned after having a kid that you didn't, like, you had no idea of, like, before? In terms of just, I don't know, something they do, or some way that it, or some way that it changed your life or routine or whatever.
Other than the 40 pounds you mentioned earlier.
The father 40, yeah.
The father 40. I mean, there's a lot, but I think probably the biggest thing is just like patience with like other kids.
Oh yeah.
Like because no one likes being at a store or a restaurant or an airplane and having a kid cry, but it is something that now it's like, oh my gosh, I feel so bad for those parents.
Right.
Well,
I mean,
some
like,
parents
I
though that don't
see-
seem to give a shit.
Yeah,
like their
that's
kids
true.
just crying and yelling, and they're
I
just sitting
see-
there oblivious.
I see a lot of tweets where it's like, oh, I'm on an airplane and I just saw a kid. This is gonna be a long time. Like the kid hasn't even started crying yet.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But like, I mean, and there are times where they cry and it sucks. But I've also been on an airplane with a crying kid and it sucks. Like you feel horrible.
Mm.
Luckily, she wasn't crying like super loud and it didn't go on for very long. But it's like, sorry everyone, really wish I could do something about this, but here we go.
Yeah.
So that's
a lot
one
of
thing.
people
It's just like
understand too, though, especially
Yeah.
if they're parents.
And-
They're just like, oh, I've been there. I remember those days.
I've never been like, shut that kid up. I've never been like that, but I mean, there has been times where it's like, oh man, that's pretty loud. And now it's more like I sympathize with the parent going through it, and it,
Right.
like I don't really like. I kind of just like tune it out, I guess. I'm really good at tuning out my daughter crying.
That's good. That's good. That's good. It's got to be a useful
just-
tool.
All of her wants and needs, I just tune out essentially.
What movies, if any, have you seen 30 to 50 plus times now?
Frozen.
Because of having. Okay.
So she used to hate Frozen. Like we like tried to like watch it with her and she wanted nothing to do with it. Then she went over to our neighbor's house and all of their like girls were watching it and then she loved it. And now so she's super into Frozen.
Mm-hmm.
She's kind of gotten over it.
The 50th time, she's like, all right,
Yeah.
this is really not that great.
She didn't like Frozen 2 as much, but she still enjoys it.
Right.
She loves Toy Story. Like,
Classic.
Nice.
yeah, she loves all of those.
What about Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah, she's big. Yeah. Really, any Spielberg she loves.
Are there? Now I have to ask. 'cause
I will say
I've been-
her first viewing of Schindler's List, like she was in awe.
She gave it a standing ovation, actually. Incredible storytelling.
Are there things from your childhood that you want to introduce to her, but you have not, in fear
Oh.
of her not liking it, and you'll have to just like remove her from the family because of that? Like I'm going to show you. Like if you tried to show her Toy Story and she didn't like it, she'd have to go up for adoption in my household. That's just how it goes. If you don't like Toy Story here, you got to go.
we're a Toy
care
Story
if you're my
household.
own-
We're a Toy Story family, all right?
There are things that like it is cool to like see that she likes them as well. I remember Lauren got her like a strawberry shortcake doll, and like she was never really into it, and I think that kind of bummed Lauren out.
That really bummed me out. I grew up with those.
One of every kind.
But like the past like week, she's really liked a Goofy movie, which is
Okay.
like one that I watched a ton growing up, and so that's kind of cool.
Did she do a dinosaur phase at all?
She hasn't really done it yet. She's not that interested in them, but
So you might have to show her Land Before Time.
I watched
Chomper
that so much.
And what were all their names? I can't remember. Littlefoot and
Littlefoot,
Sarah in Petrie,
Petrie, yeah.
Sarah. Oh man,
Sarah was a bitch, man. Fuck that dinosaur.
I remember those big mean sharp tooths.
Oh
Yep.
yeah. Don't even get me started.
Don't
Sharp
don't even get me
Sarah.
started on sharp tooths.
Sarah's like the Karen. I mean, you're not a 3-horn. Let me talk to your Dyna manager.
Yes, Sarah was a Karen, dude. Holy.
Shut
Yep.
up, long neck.
Wow.
Give me a tree star while you're
I don't know
up
if
there,
that
why
would
don't you,
fly
you
these
bitch?
days. That sounds. Wait, what'd you say?
No, it probably would not.
Tree star. I forgot about that.
Oh yeah, dude. I never in my life have liked salads, but I would fuck up some tree stars. They made them look so delicious. I'm like, man, get a little bit of croutons and some Caesar on that tree star, and I am set.
You got some right in your backyard right now, Anthony. Go grab one. Eat it live right on podcast.
Let me go. Oh, hold on, guys. Go get a tree star.
She loves Lion King. That was another one.
Yeah.
Nice.
She likes Lion King.
I feel like if I have a kid, I'm gonna like force him to live like my exact childhood. I'm like, man, I love so many things. Like, listen, you're gonna love this, and in 5 years we're gonna watch SpongeBob. You're gonna watch every episode, and some Rocket
If
Power
you don't
2,
like it,
and then
timeout.
we're gonna go and play some NES and some SNES, and then you're gonna get a Game Boy. It's like, Dad, this is 40 years old.
But it's cool because I live pretty close to my parents, so like when we'll go over there and she'll like
They still have the archives. Yeah, I was gonna say.
So that's kind of cool to see. It's like, oh man, I remember that. And it's like it's cool to see that she's enjoying it. But
Well, if there's anything the internet has told me is that white women love vintage shit. So she's well on her way already, it seems.
oh yeah, we're teaching her young.
That's good.
Oh my goodness. How old is she now? 3, 4?
2.5.
2.5? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How have the terrible twos been? Has it been a realistic thing? Because I've heard 3 is worse.
It is, but from what I've heard from parents, it's more of the terrible 3s that is a thing. But
It's when they're smarter and independent.
Yeah, like she definitely has her moments where like if things don't go her way, she'll freak out. But right now it's awesome to see her because she's growing a ton and like she's really smart. Like she got that from Lauren for sure.
No, don't say that, Brock. I mean, it's definitely probably true, but don't say
like,
that.
She like memorizes books and like it's crazy. Like and like songs and stuff. She'll like sing with like she loves Moana and she'll sing like Moana like songs and stuff and.
Good choice.
She can like she's starting to learn letters and stuff and it's awesome to see her like progress like that. But I guess the terrible 3s is like they know that stuff now and just try to make your life miserable from what I've heard. I don't know if it's really true or not, but we'll see.
You're gonna
having
find
a
out
child
soon, I
is
guess.
sounds terrifying, dude.
Once she figures out that door handle, you're screwed.
I want to do it, but
Oh, yeah.
it seems so scary.
Honestly, I like growing up, I was never super interested in having kids, but now that I have one, there's like nothing better. Like I love it.
They teach you so much.
So when's the next one coming, Brock? Is there a next one?
Well,
Would there any thoughts on it?
we've talked about it. But when Lauren like went through the pregnancy and delivery and stuff, she had like some complications and some health issues that has taken her forever to like even like manage. So like, I mean, just different, there was a million different things, but took a long time to diagnose and stuff. And now she's at the point where like things are in remission and like looking good. And she needs to wait until like everything is good for like, I mean, so we're talking a couple years, probably year minimum. I would
That's
say.
fine. It seems like you'll have your hands full for a couple years.
Yeah,
for sure. So it's like we don't want her to be an only child, and like we've talked about adoption, but even that is a ways down the road. So
Listen, my parents waited until I was 12, and then they had another one.
yeah, I was gonna say
my sister's 12 years younger than me.
Your sister's a lot younger than you.
Yeah, she's 12 years younger than me. And you would think, being 12 years apart, we wouldn't fight like brothers and sisters. We still did. When she was like,
But I beat her.
dude, she was so weak when I was like 17. Like, I could kick her ass, dude. It was crazy. No, but yeah, she would be like, she was like 6, and I was like 18, and still, she would just come and pick at me and mess with me all the time. Like, it was just funny, just being 12 years apart and still fighting, just as you do.
And sometimes you got to put them in their place.
Listen,
Brock, you might need to touch your controller. You got 13 minutes before.
I've seen that pop up a couple times. I think he's been on it. He's been on point.
Oh, yeah, I'm on it.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
I thought somebody was breaking into my house. It's just a thunderstorm.
A thunderstorm's breaking in.
Nature's breaking in.
All right. Well, I don't really have anything else. I don't know if you have any other things you want to talk about, Anthony, or.
Man, we've been sitting here talking for 2 hours already. Oh my god.
Yeah, it's been an hour and 45 minutes. It flew by.
It was pretty easy when like,
I've got one thing
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring up. One thing I'm gonna address here.
Uh-oh.
Tyler knows where this is going.
I don't.
Smile that you have.
I don't remember.
Brock, now I don't know what it is, but for the longest time when I came back after leaving YouTube for a while, I thought you fucking hated me. I don't know if it was because we didn't play very often or if we didn't talk very much throughout the sessions, but I need a public answer right now. Was there ever a time where you fucking couldn't stand me?
Oh, absolutely. No, just kidding.
That's all I needed to hear.
No.
We're good.
Okay, as always. No, the funny thing is, like, Scotty said that recently as well. So
Yeah.
I mean, I'm a pretty.
I think you've got some RFB, dude. Got some, or RFV. RB. I fucked that all up.
One of those. Yeah, I got something.
You got RBV, not RBF. Resting bitch face. You have resting bitch voice, Brock.
Well, no, I think
Anthony
I
looks
do.
like a goddamn tomato. You look as red as that poster behind you.
Man. That one messed me up, dude.
No,
I was
I
like,
do
what
think.
acronym is he trying to say?
I don't know. Someone invent some
really,
acronyms there.
Really big vagina? Like,
Yes.
what is RBV?
Resting bitch vagina. Does that pussy be looking angry at all times? Okay, sorry. Back on topic.
No, that's something that I think a lot of people think about, like, or like think that that's how I feel about them. Because Scotty just recently has said that as well, that like he thought that I hated him when we first started, and
I think in time I've realized it's just like the sense of humor. Like you can be dry.
oh yeah,
or-
no, I'm extremely
or just
dry.
quiet in general, or just randomly pop out with like anger, and I'm like, I can't tell if he's serious or not.
No,
I ask jokingly because obviously I know that that's not the case.
Yeah.
But I just
No,
there was even a
that's-
time where we were at an event and you and I didn't talk much, and then you left. I looked over at Tyler and I was like, that dude hates me.
no, that's the
just
thing. Is
Brock.
that I'm really introverted, and
Yeah.
I mean that's kind of part of the reason I started YouTube, is to like try to branch out as a person and like get better at like talking, essentially public speaking, but like not really public, because that makes sense.
Private
Non-public
public speaking.
Yeah.
This is private.
Public
This is
speaking, but in
private
private.
speaking.
Public speaking, but to myself.
Yeah. That's what we do.
So, I mean, I'm very reserved and like, especially in person, don't really go out of my way for things. And it, like, even back in like high school and stuff, like I had people say the same thing, that like that just because like we'd go and hang out, and I wouldn't really, I just pretty much stay like keep to myself or like a couple of my friends.
Yeah.
And so like I think that's what a lot of people feel like, and that's on me. I feel bad about it because like I'm sure there's a lot of people that I don't get to express that, like, hey, no, it's not you, it's me, kind of thing.
Oh God, I've heard that line before.
I've said that line before. So it is. It is like it's something that I've tried to work on, but I'm definitely not good at.
Yeah.
Where it's
I'm
like,
just giving you a hard time.
no,
too, man.
no,
Honestly,
it is good to say though, because I'm still very introverted and kind
I
of
think
just
we
keep
all
to
are. We
myself.
all started
I'm
YouTube for a reason. Like I started YouTube because I had just moved to Florida. I hadn't spoken to another human being other than my parents in like 8 months. Like it was, I needed to do something. I needed to be, I don't know. I didn't care about being heard. I just needed to speak. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I totally get it. Now it's we all have a part of us that's, you know, we're extroverted online, but when you see us in person, like at an event, like it's more like what you see on the podcast right now than what you do in a video. We're just chit chatting, we're chill. Like I'm not a guy that screams and rages on my day-to-day life. Like
Well, I think
we have a
that's something
facade
that
here.
is good with. I can only speak with our group because that's all I know. Is that we are all pretty much the same when we're not recording, but then like
But just
when we are recording,
toned
we're
down.
kind of amplified
Yeah.
versions of
Right.
ourselves.
It's just exaggerated.
Yeah.
It's just we have to put on a show. We are entertainers. We're just not putting on a character.
Yeah,
Exactly.
That always
We're not a
drives me nuts
character.
though when people like, I don't know, they see us at an event or something and expect us to be like wacky and crazy. It's like,
You know how much energy that takes? I'm 30 years old, dude.
yeah, it's like, listen, you're like the 100th person I've talked to today, and I can't be funny all the time. Like it, you know, you're seeing edited stuff over here, all right? You're not seeing the 20 shots I take that just fucking airball. You know, you're
Right.
getting only swishes.
Right.
So you put me on
Only
the spot like
swishes
that.
only.
Yeah. But I'm kind of introverted, but also extroverted. I'm kind of like the type of person where like I don't want to go out in a place with a bunch of people. I want to go out with just the people I'm friends with. You know, like like I never was like a club kind of guy or like a big party. I like a house party. You know, me and like 5-6 friends at a house. Like that's more the vibe that I liked.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely.
Or like what we did at PAX, or it's like we get like a private dining area
Oh, that was
at
fun.
a restaurant. We have our own shit. Like it's just us over there. Like we're going out, but it's still like we're in somebody's living room.
Yeah.
Just with really good sushi.
I miss it. Papu. Sorry, Brock.
Brock, we gotta get you out to Boston,
you weren't there. You got to
just for
go.
the food.
Yeah.
You told me you've been doing a lot of eating since you had a kid. Let's go to a place where there's lots of good shit to eat.
Yes, that's what I need. More of it.
Listen, we don't need it, but we go anyway. It's
Hey,
great.
man. A couple days of eating nothing but awful food. It's nothing you can't recover from.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
look at me.
I've only
I've
been to
recovered.
PAX once.
Yeah, it was like 2015,
Yeah.
right? It was like 2015. I remember.
20. Yeah, I think it was
It was
2015.
2014 was the
You
first
went
year
to
we all
one year
went.
that I didn't go, which further solidifies my point that you hate me.
Yes.
Yeah,
I was
once
like,
he saw
"Ooh, this is
Anthony
my
wasn't
moment."
there. Yep. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, you need to go again. It's always fun. I feel like you've been to like E3 though several times. Seen you there, right?
Oh yeah.
Maybe not
I mean,
recently,
this, I think.
E3 would be happening right now, by the way.
Yeah.
If all
it
this
would
wasn't
be.
going on.
I'm trying to think if I went to E3 last year. I don't think I did. And I think that was the first year since like 2013 that I haven't gone.
Because you pop in for capture events?
Yeah, and I got really burnt out of E3 because it was like, it was awesome the first time, it was cool the second time, it was all right the third time, and it was like, and then it got
Yeah.
to the
I was
point
over
where
it the first time.
I mean,
I'd
that's
go to-
that's. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
yeah,
Okay,
no,
off.
I would go to California during E3, and I'd never actually go into E3.
Yeah, that, I
would
was
just-
going to say that's us with PAX. Like literally,
Yeah.
like we go to PAX and we go there for we spend maybe 4 hours total the whole weekend on the convention floor, and 2 of that is doing a fan meetup. Like we go like one day, walk around for 2-3 hours, and then we just explore the city and just hang out. And that's really honestly the only reason we go to
Just
PAX
an
at this
excuse to
point.
hang
Yeah,
out,
we just
yeah.
go to hang out just because Boston is so much fun, and I don't know, it's just like a tradition, I guess, at this point. But yeah, the conventions themselves, like once you've gone to a convention, you've kind of gone to all the conventions. I get it for other people because other people, you know, they get to meet a lot of very like-minded people that, you know, they otherwise wouldn't have met, especially at a gaming convention. Like all these people are a lot of introverted people that are feeling comfortable to be extroverted because they know they're around people that are just like them,
just
which is
like-
cool.
Yeah, exactly.
So if you're ever thinking about going to a convention, like you're going to have fun and enjoy it from that aspect. But in terms of like what's actually around the convention, like I don't want to wait in line for an hour and a half to play a game I don't really care that much about. Like that, and that's what a lot of these conventions are, like E3 and PAX and stuff. It's a lot of waiting in lines to play games early and stuff. And we've just
Or the
come
amusement
so
parks of
accustomed to
video
it.
games.
Yeah. We've just come so
Which is
accustomed
great.
to playing games early that it's not that special to us anymore, so much that we would wait in line. Like
Like the code is already in my email. It's
but it's still fun to go because you know a lot of other people in the industry will be there and you can meet them and hang out. So
yeah, no, they're great for networking at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. It's good for networking.
I don't know when the next time a convention will happen though.
No time
Well,
soon. At least not
I-
I'm going.
E3 would be now. PAX
Yeah.
PAX
Have they
West
officially
would be.
announced TwitchCon being canceled yet?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I know
don't-
that. I know the
Yeah,
Amsterdam
I think
one.
I read that it was like it was going to be online, which is like that's just Twitch.
That's what Blizzard does.
It's gonna be online at
Blizzard House,
Twitch.tv.
like, online
All the
fest.
creators you love will be there. It's just- yeah.
But I mean, I don't want to get on a soapbox too much, but I do think it is something that we still need to be careful about is keeping distance from
Oh, yeah.
all that stuff.
hmm
I think
I don't
people
think
have
we're
kind
being
of
on a soapbox. I
gotten.
think
No.
a lot of people aren't taking it seriously enough.
I mean, Utah just had its highest number of confirmed cases in one day a few days ago. So it's like people have kind of just like, well, it's done.
Yeah.
And
Right.
it's not. It's something you still need to be careful about. And it hits home to me because like Lauren is on immunosuppressants, and so like it's scary to me.
Mhm.
I don't like she's at super high risk, and if she does get it, her body cannot fight it, kind of thing.
Right. That's where my dad's at too. He doesn't have any liver function, so.
So it is something that I'm like still
I don't have a spleen.
worried about.
But
don't
from
have a spleen?
yeah, I don't have a spleen. I had my spleen removed when I was in like 2010, 4-wheeler accident, severed it in half, and then had it removed. It was not fun.
Why? You could have just had half of it, dude.
No, it was like mashed into like hamburger meat. It was fucked, and they had to remove that shit. But it does like a lot of blood filtering. But from everything I've researched, like your spleen doesn't really do much against infections. Like it does blood filtering, and it's mostly like bacteria, or it doesn't do much against viral infections. It's mostly bacteria stuff.
Bacteria.
But I know there is a bacterial component to
Can
like.
you get a spleen transplant? Is that a thing?
It's so useless that you wouldn't. Your spleen is like pretty useless. Like
You'd be more at risk doing the transplant.
yeah, like
From
I'm not more at risk.
Right.
I'm not more at risk of like most.
God damn the irony!
Yeah. Yeah, everything I've looked into though is like I'm not any more at risk than someone with a spleen. Like it doesn't really make much of a difference. But still, obviously, like I don't know. My thought process is like things are gonna have to open back up to an extent, and people that aren't at risk, I feel like should be okay going out as long as they're being responsible. You know, like keep your distance from people, wear a mask if you're gonna be in a crowded space. Always wash your hands, keep yourself clean. Which is what I've been doing. Like I've been getting out a little bit more than I was obviously like the past month, but being safe about it, being smart about it.
Being safe about it. Yeah.
I'm not around a lot of people that are at high risk. It's just me and Kelly here. Like there's no one, I'm not around a bunch of people. So yeah. And so from that aspect, but like, I don't know, there's a line between just going back to normal and being like, fuck it, forget about it. And staying in quarantine until there's like a vaccine.
It's like, we're not done with, like, it's not over. Don't just like go running out. Like I'm thinking of like this like that SpongeBob meme where like Squidward's just looking at SpongeBob and Patrick running, like when he's watching through the window, and like where it's over. So don't wear a mask and stuff. Yeah. Like it's something that we still need to be careful about while things are opening up, because I understand that needs to happen. And like coming from a family that has a small business, I get that things need to open or things like you can't survive. So it's like, it's a thing to be careful about, but also, I mean, just be sensible, wear a mask, keep your distance.
I mean, there's ways to do it and still be safe about it.
I feel like weird not having a mask. Like I went to the dentist yesterday, and like taking it off was weird.
Yeah.
Because obviously that didn't work. I was like, you have to take your mask off.
Like we're just gonna go underneath. I'm gonna do it blind. We'll be fine.
We're gonna enter through the.
I'm actually gonna put the mask over
time.
my eyes to be extra safe.
Around.
Yeah.
I will say I went to the bank, and that was weird walking in with a mask on. I was like, are they gonna shoot me?
Well, Brock, they said mask, not a ski mask, Brock. That's your problem.
Oh, that's my problem.
Yeah, you're going way too. I mean, the ski mask actually is highly ineffective. What with the mouth cut out and whatnot.
Yeah. That is one of those things.
You wear a ski mask and the other mask over top of it. Extra safe. But
it's not getting in my ears.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with this still. I mean, obviously cases are gonna start spiking again just with everything going on. But I don't know how long.
With everything opening back up.
I don't know. I don't see a convention happening anytime soon.
Like I'll get off, but yeah, just be careful.
Yeah.
No, it's okay to be on a soapbox. We're in a position where we have enough people following us where we're, I don't know, I feel semi-responsible for, at least for speaking up for something as cut and, black and white as that. If you want to go out, put on a mask. You don't want to wear a mask, just don't go out.
If you're at risk,
don't
care
care
go
if you
out.
think it's real or not. 100,000 people didn't die out of fucking nowhere, so
yeah,
just please wear a mask. just do it. You want to go to Kroger and get a grape? One grape, sure.
One grape, please.
Wear a mask.
I want to go to Kroger and get a. Man, I am hungry, and I'm telling you, the only thing that's going to satisfy this appetite right now is one fucking grape. One grape.
Yeah, but it's like the size of like a watermelon.
I was
That'd be sick.
Like I if you didn't say watermelon, I was like, I think that's called a watermelon.
Yeah.
Give me that huge green grape over there.
I need that grape. It's huge and has stripes. Sometimes they have seeds in them. So you mean a watermelon?
No, big grape.
Yeah, that thing.
Big grape.
Yeah, I need the jumbo grape. They actually have giant Japanese grapes, I believe, that they're like the size of like apples. They look fucking
Dude, Japanese
delicious.
do some weird shit with food. I've seen people, they made like pyramid-shaped watermelons. I don't even know how they grew that shit, but they made them grow. They make watermelons grow in like cubes and all kinds of stuff. They got weird stuff over there. Kelly always buys these cotton candy grapes. They're fucking disgusting. I hate those.
What?
Yeah. I'm sorry.
Oh, you've set Brock.
I'm sorry, but it's weird to look at a green grape and be like, oh, I know what a grape tastes like. I'm about to eat a grape. Then you eat it and it tastes like shitty cotton candy and you're like, I've been betrayed.
Healthy cotton candy?
I've
What
been
is
betrayed.
this?
So on the same
Try them frozen, by the way.
wavelength of what you're saying,
Try 'em
is there
frozen.
any worse feeling in the world than biting into a chocolate chip cookie
And
and
it being
being oatmeal raisin?
yes, there is. It was me
I
when
like
I was
oatmeal raisin, okay?
I do too, but when my mind is just like chocolate chip,
That's a phone, Anthony.
yeah, that's
oatmeal
a phone.
raisin. Like, well, I don't have any cookies sitting around. I'm not
Gosh
quite that
dang it.
obese.
That just
Or
happened
downstairs. What were you saying, Tyler? There is a worse feeling?
Yeah, so this happened to me when I was like 13 or 14. I don't remember, but my dad had like a poker night the night before or whatever. A bunch of buddies came over drinking beer and whatnot, obviously. And so leftover stuff got put in the fridge. Well, this was like at a time where like every day with like lunch, I would grab a Pepsi out of the fridge, drink it. And so this day I just went in there, saw a blue can, grabbed my Pepsi, sat down to eat, and I just pulled that
Bud
shit back,
Light,
and it
wasn't
was not a Bud Light. It was like a shit beer. It was like fucking
Like Pabst.
yeah. I don't know. It was awful. And that time
Cheeks Light.
I had never taken. Yeah, it was Cheeks Light. I had never drinking beer at that point, and so that was a jarring experience to be like, oh, Pepsi, dude, and then it was just tastes like piss. I spit that shit out. Then I was like, oh fuck. My dad's gonna be mad. I drank a beer, but I was born. Well, obviously, I did it on accident. But yeah, that was not a fun experience. I never felt so betrayed in my entire life by a blue can. That's why I only drink Coke now.
Wow, the truth.
I'm kidding.
The truth comes
It's
out.
not that you learned how to read. It's just that you only started drinking a different color.
Listen, I identified all my food and drinks by color.
Excellent progress.
I don't mess with blue drinks anymore.
Only them red ones.
Blue Gatorade, get the fuck out of here.
Can't take the risk.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
I felt.
What about you,
I
Brock?
felt
What's
abandoned.
your biggest food disappointment? Maybe we can close on that.
You have
Food
one?
disappointment.
What's your biggest food lie? Like you reach for something and you're like, yes.
Ooh.
It's not what you thought.
Or just a time maybe something you wanted that was really good. Normally it was shit. That happens sometimes too.
I don't know. I've had like things kind of ruined. Like I remember like I was like 14 or something and I ate I don't even remember. It was like it was, what are they called?
God, this is a great
There's so
One of
many.
the- I don't know. It was like Nutter. It wasn't a Nutter Butter. It was something like that.
Oh,
though.
Nutter Butter. There's fudge rounds. There's oatmeal cream pies. There's ho-ohs,
It
ding
might have been
dongs,
fudge
zebra
rounds.
cakes. There's so many options,
like,
Brock.
I ate them and then like got sick after, and I couldn't eat them for years after that.
A lot of people
was-
tell me that, like they have a particular food item and then they have one bad experience with it, and then even like the thought of it, like makes them.
It might have been Nutter Butters actually. Yeah, I'm fine with them now, but I couldn't eat them for a long time.
Are those the ones that are like shaped like peanuts?
Yeah, they were
Mm.
minis.
Good.
They were the snack size. I remember.
Those are good. Would you choke on it? Choke on some nuts?
No, I like it. It wasn't even related to it. I get it, you jerk. It wasn't even related to me eating it. I just like happened to have gotten like a stomach bug, and that was like the last thing I ate, and so like I associated it with that.
Don't eat those,
That's
dude.
the
Those things will
scapegoat,
mess
the
you
Nutter
up.
Butter.
Those things will mess you up. Don't eat those. I just remember when I felt betrayed by the world that growing up, one of my favorite things in the world was cinnamon. Anything cinnamon, and I was allergic. So like my
really?
grandma made some bomb ass homemade cinnamon rolls like at every like Thanksgiving, Christmas, every family get together. She would make them. My mom would take Benadryl just specifically so I could just eat like 4 or 5 of them, and then my nose would be running. I'd be itchy. My eye like. I would always have it wasn't a terrible allergic reaction, but just like super annoying one. It's like, all right, these are too good. I got to eat them, but my nose is going to be running. I'm going to be losing my mind. So my mom would give me Benadryl every time. Yeah.
I don't know
Cinnamon's
if
like
I've
my favorite.
ever heard of anyone being allergic to cinnamon.
Yeah. I'm pretty much over it now. Like, I think I just kind of ate so much of it that my body just gave in. It's like, all right, we get it. Like,
Fine, you
like,
win.
we've tried so hard to reject this stuff, but you just won't let it go. It's got to
What
stay.
happened?
Yeah. So So now it doesn't affect me as
God.
much. But yeah, I just remember growing up, like cinnamon rolls, cinnamon toast crunch, and like, oh, just all the best delicious cinnamon stuff. It betrayed me, but I would eat it anyway. Didn't care. Powered through. I'm a champion.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah.
Kind of
All right, I mean, we can wrap there. It's been a solid 2 hours. It's been fun chatting. I'm sure there's so much more we can talk about again in the future, and I'm sure we'll do another episode in the future. I want to do an episode sometime soon that has like a bunch of us. I want a shit show episode. I want like 6 or 8 of us in here, possibly drinks involved, and see what happens.
Recollect on old stories.
Yeah. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
that.
But thanks for coming on, Brock. Appreciate you. Let the people know where to find you if somehow they don't know who you are or where to find you.
Yeah. Shout yourself out, man. It's like the end of a Hot Ones episode.
http://
Let's go ahead and play his channel intro right here so you really know where to find him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, just youtube.com/Moo Snuckel. You can find me. It's EL, not LE.
Mm-hmm.
And Twitter, all that stuff.
And where can they use... I understand you have like a code or something. I don't know.
Oh, yeah. You can absolutely... Yeah, you can use code Moo at the Epic Store if you want. Scuff you can use.
Mm-hmm.
I have links on my channel for Astro as well.
Mm-hmm.
Gives you a nice 5% off, you know?
Oh, yeah. That should save me about what?
No,
$3?
my camera just shut off. Why did my camera shut off?
Maybe if you had a Logitech camera, it wouldn't. Good thing there's a link in my description for that as well.
I do have this Logitech camera, so I guess we'll just switch over to this camera, but that's fine. But,
Oh, my God.
all right. Well, thanks for coming on. That's a wrap for episode 6 of the Wildcast. So, take care, everybody.